Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. It is 12:04 on the 2nd of April, 2025. And we're going to be talking about Carmello Anthony in this stream. But I find it very interesting that he's no doubt that I knew. I remember all y'all dudes was arguing me forever, disrespecting Carmelo, saying all kinds of stuff, talking about this man does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Newsflash, he's in there. It ain't just what he did in the NBA either that gets you into the Hall of Fame. The NBA Hall of Fame is not based on what you did in the NBA only. It's not. Amateur, that's high school. College, he won the national championship at Syracuse. These are actually facts. And not only that, he's Olympic. He's an Olympic all-time leading scorer. And he got some gold medals. You know, the only thing he doesn't have on the resume is, of course, is a championship. But we all know that, all the great ones that really truly played the game, you know, um, get in the Hall of Fame. So I'm asking the question here to the ones that said that this man's now a Hall of Famer. Come on down. The man's a Hall of Famer. It's just what it is. It's absolutely true. The man deserves to be a Hall of Famer. There's no question about it. And people that's been rocking with lines in the basketball community, and y'all remember that if y'all remember that stream, the dudes was really disrespecting Carmelo. Some of those, like Carmelo Anthony is now a Hall of Famer. Now we got people disrespect to say he don't deserve to be in there. How he's not don't deserve to be in there? The man absolutely deserves to be a Hall of Famer. He got magically he ended up going to the Denver Nuggets, but at the time, everybody in their right mind didn't understand why did, and the people saying that they were not born with Melo with Detroit and everything like that. I call that is straight pure cap. It sent this man to Denver. Cause y'all remember, if you was old enough, the the Pistons ended up drafting Darko Milicic. He ended up going to the West and took his team to the playoffs his first two seasons in the Ghana West. Whereas if you have 50 games, just because you won 50 games doesn't gonna mean you was gonna make it to the playoffs. These are actually facts here. That man absolutely deserved to be a Hall of Famer. Period. And anybody think otherwise, he has the resume and everything for it. The media crushed him, was crushing him at the time because he didn't do what everybody else was doing, was teaming up. Because they was linking him to Miami, and they ended up finding up later on down the line they was trying to get Chris Paul too. I ain't like how Phil Jackson did him in New York. Carmelo didn't do nothing for him to do that to him. And we already know what Jay Reed did. He went and got Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith. You hear comments about Melo even said it himself. Is this what we doing? Hmm? But anyway, congratulations to Carmelo Anthony, man. I've been trying to tell these people, man, this dude deserves to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best draft class, but he do has lot of Hall of Famers. I don't think it's the best of the best. That I don't agree with. Yeah, you know, 'cause people we so much want to act like we're gonna forget about everything else these players has done in their careers. There's more people than other than LeBron James deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. It's not the best, but they've been propping it up like they are. It's up there, but they definitely don't have the one with Hakeem Olajuwon and all of them, and definitely the '96 draft. No, no, it's up there though, but I don't think it's the very best of all time. That I disagree. We can disagree. You know, I could disagree and don't have to be. I could be disagreeing and have key valid points in it. You know, like this one guy I was listening to my boy stream on TikTok, and these dudes is disrespected Carmelo. Talking about this dude don't deserve to be Hall of Famer. Like, what are y'all talking about? He had a legendary high school career. He won a national championship at Syracuse, and he was the main, as y'all want to say, he was the best player on his team. And he won it as a freshman at Syracuse. Beat my Kansas Jayhawks that year. That block by King Ward. But anyway, let's read off Carmelo's credentials, CC, and congratulations again to Carmelo for making the Hall of Fame. Excuse me, he's a 10-time All NBA All Star, 6-time All NBA team, 2003, 2004 All Rookie team. He should have won Rookie of the Year, and those are actually facts. But you know how it go. He was a 2012-13 scoring champion. That Denver hoodie mellow was something different. He had every arsenal in the book. Every arsenal. You know what, Denise? You know what, Denise? You know what, Denise? You could just get up my chat room. Because I'm tired of you. Every time you want to reach out, man, get up out of here. You in here listen to me, and I've been seeing your comments, been letting it slide by for a while. We don't know. That '03 draft class is not better. It's not better. It's not the best draft class. It's just not. It's just not. This is about Carmelo Anthony. If you come in here and listen to me and you want to do all these disingenuous comments and everything like that. Get your behind blocked. So I'm just gonna drop the link here, and then we doing me talking about Melo. He definitely should have won Rookie of the Year. Those are facts. He took a team to the playoffs both seasons in a Garden West. I just didn't like how Phil Jackson did him in New York. And then they banned the man for basketball. He should be way up there in the scoring list. But you know they pick and choose who they want to exploit. Then he ended up coming back with the Portland Trailblazers. Then he ended up playing for the Lakers. Then it was OKC. Then the Lakers. Then Houston. They tried to make it seem like he was the problem, but he really wasn't the problem. Melo got done dirty when he was in New York, and they definitely did Melo dirty on his way at the end of his career. He should be way up there in scoring points in history. But no, they pick and choose. They suspended that man. They crucify him with the Lakers. You know how they always is when you play with LeBron. Everybody gets the smoke but him. They try to make it seem like he was the scapegoat in Houston. And I believe Melo can still play in this league right now. But he's focused on everything with his son and what he's doing. But shout out to Melo, man. He definitely deserved to be a Hall of Famer. And these are facts. I'm waiting, man, because I don't want to shut my stream down and everybody come. I'm trying to wait patiently for everybody to come on in and everything like that. Yeah, we'll move your little stupid comment up out of here. It's my opinion. You don't like my opinion? Oh well. Again, I drop the link all the time. Don't nobody want to click it, but as soon as I get off, I get tested. Why you? Hey, I'm on right now. I'm not the type of person. I'm not just gonna wait forever, everybody to do what they got to do. I just got time today. I had to take care of some business, so that's why I took off the street. Now I have some time right now. But anyway, let's just go down his career. All right. His first year with the Denver Nuggets. The first year with the Nuggets, he played all 82 games. He averaged 36.5 minutes. He shot 42%. For three, he shot 32%. He averaged 2.2. He averaged 3 point. True rebound assist 6.1, assist 2.8, steals 1.2, 0.5 blocks, and they do turnovers on Basketball Reference. He averaged 3 turnovers. He was MVP, Rookie of the Year. Wait, it says right here. Oh yeah, it says Rookie of the Year award. They put that in there. Oh, he came in second behind LeBron. LeBron had 78 first place votes. Carmello had 40. 508 points, 430. Third was Dwayne Wade with 117 votes. That was that year. All right. Oh yeah, while we want to continue to go on, these are the yeah, we just gonna go through his second season here. Second season he played 75. Played 75 games. Where's his points per game at? I'm just gonna go to StatMuse. This one I'll just go. Just go to StatMuse. All right, so we're gonna look up Carmelo. All right, he played 19 seasons for 6 teams, including Nuggets and Knicks. He averaged 22.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.7 assists in 1,260 regular season games. He was selected to play in 10 All Star games. In his career in the playoffs, he's averaging 23.1 points per game, 6.7 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists a game, 1.2 steals per game, 0.3 blocks, averaging 37.3 minutes, 41.4 percent from the field, 32.4 from the three, 82.6 from the free throw line in his career. His true shooting percentage is 51.3. There's a lot of people to me should be in there. I think Marbury definitely should be in there alone because it's what you do internationally too. 'Cause a lot of people forget it ain't just what you do in the NBA. Like the overseas players, how they make the All Star team. I mean, how they make the Hall of Fame. What they did in FIBA, the Euro League, and then they end up having a great NBA career. They gonna get in the Hall of Fame. They are. I think Kevin Johnson should be Kevin Johnson definitely should be a Hall of Famer. I think Starberry should be a Hall of Famer because they've written him off in the NBA and they ended up becoming a sensation in China. They made a statue of the man in China. But they pick and choose who they want in there too. And those are facts. I'm waiting for everybody to come on in. Yeah, see, they ain't even kick me out my own screen. They do that a lot. But anyway, salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute. Salute Mike 24. Rep. Salute. Lil CJ. Salute. Yeah, 96 draft class is some legendary stuff, man. 96 is that's 96, and then you can't forget about the 84. Man, it's just a lot of draft classes, man. It's just all about opinionated, but Carmello, I remember I used to argue with them dudes forever. Carmello don't deserve to be no MVP. He's not a like how he's not. It's what you did in the basketball in your whole entire career. Salute God's favorite. Salute Tony Piper. Yeah, Melo does have to deserve to be a Hall of Famer. Like I remember they was just sitting there arguing all them days. I've been like, man, what are y'all talking about? Disrespecting the man, all this other stuff. He should be way up there in the scoring list too. And those are facts.
Who doubted that, bro?
Hey,
Which one of these idiots doubted that?
hey, Roncha, just let's go back in your brain, right? Just go back in your brain, right?
Uh-huh.
You remember we was arguing with them dudes on Ticket Channel. This was back in the archives, bro. When we was talking about Carmelo, we was like, Carmelo's gonna be a Hall of Famer. And them dudes was literally disrespecting Carmelo, talking about, man, he don't deserve, man, Carmelo's not. And I was like, how he's not? That's when I began to break down. That's when I broke down on the stream that it ain't what you do in your NBA career to get you in the Hall of Fame. He's a great amateur in high school.
Wait
Was
a
he or
minute.
was he not?
What? Wait, bro. That come on. That's like for you to even have to speak on that is asinine. You talk about a man who was a double-digit time All-Star, All NBA player. You feel me? Four Olympic
Mm-hmm.
gold medals, college championships. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like really, Carmelo not a Hall of Famer, top 25 scorer.
Should be higher in the list if he never got blackballed.
That's a fact. Top 25 scorer. Probably would have been top 15 if he ain't never get blackballed, like you said. One of the best ISO scorers the game has ever seen. When you talk about scoring, you talk about niggas like Harden, Durant, Cole, MJ, Carmelo. You feel me? Niggas was pure scorers, bro.
Oh, we won't go way back in the archives. I gotta give him their flowers. Alice English
Alex English, George Gervin. You feel me?
and
Got
Adrian
straight
Dantley.
buckets.
Players like
Adrian
Adrian
Dantley.
Dantley.
People don't even know Adrian Dantley, Denver all-time leading scorer.
Score, right. That like I mean, it's like I keep telling people like, dude, there's so many great players that played the game of basketball. It's crazy. And
Yo, I
then
just seen a story about Adrian. Was it Adrian Dantley or Alex English? It was one of them. Carmelo said he the richest NBA player he know. And he wondered how he stacked his money from the time he was playing because they weren't getting contracts like they do now. And he told Carmelo,
mm,
man, he brought some property, a private island. Guess what this nigga do every day? This nigga's a
well,
school crossing guard, bro.
yeah, that's Adrian Dantley.
That Adrian Carmelo said, man, he one of the richest people I fucking know, and this nigga cross kids every day. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, how you accumulated so much money playing in the 70s and shit? And he said, Carmelo said he told him what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He like, and you doing this? He like, man, I'm a regular dude. I work every day.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo said, yo, he's one of the richest dudes I know, yo. I said, damn,
Mm-hmm.
all-time leading scorer.
Now they need to net my boy Starberry in there now.
That Strawberry and where?
Hall of Famer. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
If you talk about his complete entire career, I would probably say yeah, because he went into God mode over in China.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he went into God mode over there. So if you count that in his NBA career, absolutely.
And high school and
And
college.
yeah, coming out of Lincoln, that's a fact. Going to Georgia Tech.
That that man's a bump. Come on, Ron. We know that man's a Hall of Famer, bro.
I
That man
mean,
went to
yeah, if you
China.
if you ain't just going off his NBA career, he was definitely a Hall of Fame talent in the NBA career. But he got blackballed too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you count hit the totality of his career, absolutely step a Hall of Famer. That nigga got a statue over in fucking China, bro.
Yeah.
So if you talk about the totality, because can he be considered? He played how many years internationally? I mean, you
I
take
got it.
international players and you put them in the Hall of Fame. Players who never played in
Mm-hmm.
the NBA. You feel me?
Those are
Or might have
facts.
played 2 or 3 years in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. But had a better, but had a better international career than they did an NBA career, and they still got in the Hall of Fame.
What's the nigga name from the nigga Kobe said was his guy Oscar, the Spanish nigga. I don't know if he was from Brazil or Argentina, one of them, but he's like the greatest Southern American basketball player ever to play. They said
I can't remember the dude. I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name right now.
Real Lou T. What up with you, baby? Tony Piper. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Bernard King, Tony. That
Yeah,
like
Bernard King.
they don't
There's
know
so
about
many.
Bernard Cole, bro. He was probably Carmelo before Carmelo.
Yeah, baseline fadeaway like Bernard King. They
Mm.
even did it in
Oscar
True
Schmidt, that's his
Snickers.
name. Oscar Schmidt. Thank you, Tony Popper.
Yeah,
Oscar Schmidt. That's a fact.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People forget about people like that.
But we don't. That's why we gonna stay on their heads about. That's why I be trying to
He
tell
was
people like
Brazilian. Okay. I knew he was something from South America, Tony Piper. Brazilian or Argentina. Argentina is white and blue. Brazil, yeah, is the green, yellow, and blue. That's a fact. It was Brazilian. Argentina's national colors was white and blue, and he had a uniform on. Every highlight I seen was green and yellow with the Brazilian. That would
mm-hmm.
make sense. And he was a monster too. He never played a minute in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. He
ISO
said
Joe.
Joe.
ISO Joe. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see. Let me see. Oh man, that's ISO Joe because I know with some players in there who Joe Johnson probably was better than.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to give Joe a nod. Maybe not a first balloter. You feel me? But I think he probably eventually get. He's one of the coldest ISO scorers ever to go. But I don't know if he got the personal accolades like. But he was cold. He was
We can
cold.
look him up. We can look him up on I'm gonna look him up on basketball reference. He played
Yep.
20 years. He played 20 years. He's a 7-time All-Star, 2009, 10 All NBA, 2001, 2002 All Rookie Team.
I don't know if that's enough to get him in the hall. Like if he probably could have had a scoring title or you know what I mean, a couple more All NBAs maybe, but I don't think that's enough to get him in. Even though that motherfucker played 20 years though,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know too many ISO scores that got a bag deeper than Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talking about Joe Smith?
No, Joe
No,
Johnson.
talking about Joe Johnson.
Yeah, Joe Johnson was whoo.
He was cold, but I don't know if he was Hall of Fame worthy.
Hey, you remember another person out there thought about too? That's old school. And that was a bucket too. Jeff Malone.
Yeah, Jeff was tough.
What
There's
about
so many
Stacey
great.
Altman?
Stacey
Remember?
Alden was all right. He was all right.
Plastic Man.
Plastic Man from UNLV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely remember him calling him back from the big three. Nah, but Joe, he like that. Whew.
I look at that. I look at those guys who play for UNLV and they NBA careers.
Tony Piper, find me somebody that in the Hall of Fame that he had a better career than it. And I'm gonna say yeah. Because I know some dudes in there that he probably better than. Because Joe was cold. He just don't got
Joe
the
Johnson.
personal accolades. You feel me? But if
He
you talk
was.
about a stone cold hooper, yeah, Joe Johnson, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's some people in the Hall of Fame Joe Johnson was better than. Nah, I can't say he better than Vince Carter. Hell no.
I don't think he was better than Vince either. I can't do that.
I can't say he was
Vince
better than Vince, dog. Vince took teams to the championship.
refused.
Vince jumped over a 7'1" guy in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Vince Carter averaged like 28. Vince Carter had a stretch. He had a stretch where he was probably the second best two guard behind Cole.
Yeah, those are facts. I remember.
And remember, Vince
That's it.
Carter was cold in Toronto, and then you forget Vince Carter was cold in New Jersey.
And then
Shoot,
this is
the
this is
whole New
this is
Jersey
Vince
team.
Carter.
So I'm
This is
surprised
Vince
that New
Carter.
Jersey team didn't win a title. Vince
This is
Carter,
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter, Cameron Martin, Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Keith Van Horn.
And this is his accolades. He's a Hall of Famer. He's an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, 98, 99 Rookie of the Year, and 1920 Sportsman of the Year.
Oh shit! His accolades is very similar to Joe Johnson's.
Exactly.
I thought Vince had more All Stars than that. I thought he was double digit All Star for sure.
I knew he was close to. I thought he was close to 10. But he's
Yeah,
at 8.
I mean, Tony Piper. You got to think a lot of niggas couldn't beat Braun in the Eastern Conference, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but you got to look at it. Joe Johnson had a hell of a team. Him, Josh Smith, Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Al Horford. They had a squad, bro. They won like 60 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think them niggas have 4 All Stars on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Joe Johnson was the best player, but Al Horford was in his prime. Josh Smith was in his prime. Jeff Teague was coming to age. Kyle Korver was the best 3-point shooter in the league.
I would not be surprised to put in Cal Coker before Joe Johnson.
Did they have Paul Millsap at the time?
I believe so.
Yeah, Paul Millsap started in Atlanta first.
Yeah, I think that. Damn, them niggas was stacked, bro.
What squadron was this?
That Atlanta squad.
Oh, yeah.
With Jeff Teague and them. Yeah, hell yeah.
There was a good team, but they could not get over the hump against.
They were very well built. I'm talking about as far as a team. Like that was a good team. Yeah. They had talent on that team.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you look at things like that, what toppled them? Like when you look at the teams, right? Think about what that eats to me. Like at the time, right? No teaming up at that time, right? Everybody stay in your lane. Nobody come nowhere. Think about what would have been getting built around. Like, would it still been the Eastern Conference? You got Chris Bosh up there in Toronto. He would have got DeRozan. That would have been something right there instead of the Kyle Lowry thing and DeRozan. Then you got D-Wade. Ain't no telling what would have got drafted in Miami without LeBron coming there or them doing them trades. At that time, they was a well-oiled machine.
And they a free agent destination.
Yeah, desperation makes them do things. Think about that whole Paul George. And if what's his name didn't get hurt, Danny Grant, like what that would have been. Like if he didn't have that injury. Like it was about 5 teams over there in the East that was ready to start building around all those that those at that time looked like franchise players.
And think
And
about it, and Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown had got drafted because the big three from Boston had got traded to Brooklyn.
come on, man.
Mhm.
It's a lot of stuff like that. Like if dudes don't do this teaming up and trading the damn rookie before he even get on the court and prove himself, and you don't know what he can do, and if he get like if dudes didn't do that and let dudes
Hey,
if
yo,
let the
but
dominoes
just
fall where
think
they
about
is,
how you
it'll
set
be
just
different.
think about how you set that up, bro. Right? Think about this. You would have had DeRozan and Chris Bosh in Toronto, hopefully, right?
Yeah,
You would have had Wade and another superstar, hopefully down in Miami. You feel me? We could imagine Miami would attract to somebody. You feel me?
yep,
It
yep.
might have
There
been
you go.
Carmelo. You feel
And
me?
Dwight Howard over there building.
The White Howard building didn't. You had Melo in New York. You feel me? Remember
Come
they
on,
won
bro.
52.
Look, the Eastern would have started. I ain't gonna say they would have became the most like the power, but it would have been like for the like you would have been like, no, they're for like those teams are formidable over there. Like,
Hey,
nah, I
yo,
can't just
but think about it. They would have had three of the biggest guns in the NBA over there. D Wade, they would have had Carmelo
Mhm.
in New York. You feel me? And then they would have had LeBron in Cleveland. LeBron would have ended up with Kyrie.
yeah.
You,
All right,
I mean,
look,
just say.
what's the world usually
Well,
like,
I
right?
can't say
If
he
we
would have
in,
ended up in Kyrie because they'd
if
have
we
never
in
been in
class,
position.
look, if we in class, Ron, we in class, right? One student, look, he ain't special or nothing. We didn't even know the teacher would go for it. He just exposed the teacher. Man, I ain't taking this test. I don't care what you say, man. Matter of fact, I'm out of here. Boom, look. Guess what? If that teacher don't do nothing, everybody who got a little bit of that in them is gonna try it. Like, oh no, that nigga can't be special more than me. It's a domino effect, bruh. When you are the head, I don't care. They gave it to you. When you the head and the things you do, everybody want to do it, bro. It's just like that. When you are the main guy, everybody want to do. When you the head rapper and you coming out with like your songs are uppity, like dancey, and next thing you know, everybody got dance songs. When you come with that gangster shit, and that made you the number one rapper. Now everybody we done seen it. DMX came in, everybody wouldn't wait for shiny suits. Then
Hey, yo,
boom, came back in with Ja Rule. Everybody was in love.
hey, yo,
Then
let me address this real quick, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but I
no,
want to
you
go
good,
for
you good.
listen, Tony Piper, I'm a Joe Johnson fan, but I'm also a person who believes that it's people in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be there. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Like I don't think it's the Hall of Good. It's the Hall of Fame. You see how hard it is to crack the NFL Hall of Fame?
It's the
Mhm.
Hall of Name. It's the Hall of Name.
You feel me? Like you got niggas in the NFL like Chad Johnson, like the greatest receiver in Cincinnati history. Like this dude was
The,
elite, and
the
he's not in the
NBA,
Hall
the
of Fame.
NBA Hall of Fame is like the WWE Hall of Fame. Nigga,
Yeah,
Snoop
but
Dogg in that motherfucker.
but on the flip side of that,
Yeah,
Tony, I'm a huge Joe Johnson fan. I
I
think he
think
one of
Cat,
the I think he one of the greatest ISO scores that I ever seen in the game, and I've been watching the game since the '80s with Magic in him, bro. And I
Ron
think Joe
Time,
Johnson is one of the greatest ISO scorers I ever seen. Yeah, that ball, that man is a fucking bucket. He's a
Ron
definition
Time.
of a
Yeah.
true hooper.
Cat Johnson's gonna be in the Hall of Fame real soon because what he done off the field with his media thing. I
I
believe
mean, but the fact of the matter is he should be in the Hall of Fame for what he did on the field.
Those are
yeah,
facts.
I believe so too. But I, I think
That nigga was a top 5 wide receiver every year he played in the league.
When it comes to his voting, them coaches and his peers, he's getting up in there.
That nigga had the illest footwork. I still ain't seen a wide
I
receiver
want
with
I
footwork
want I
iller than
want
his,
when
and
you
I don't
talk
see an
about those.
Antonio Brown. Like, hey, I just watched the workout tape.
Hey, can
Uh,
somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me any team? I don't care. He's been in the league for years. Just name me one team that LeBron James has built to a championship. And when I say that, don't give me like, oh, he traded this dude. What I'm saying is, after they were champions, right? What team do he rebuild? Like right now, he has a chance. Like it's this bubble thing. He has not rebuilt the Lakers into a championship team. I have not seen LeBron ever do that on any team that he's been on. When Kyrie left him, he did not go and make that team back. He traded. He traded real quick. Had D Wade him all that, and then did some little quick little
Trey,
trades.
Trey.
I just want somebody to name a team because I be
Listen,
hearing this.
you ain't
I just want somebody to give me a
you
team that
you
he
ain't gonna
built.
get that. You ain't gonna get that, bro. Because we know as real hoop heads, he never did that. Fuck that nigga, bro. Let them fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. We fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't dominating our headlines. Fuck that nigga. Man, that nigga get enough. That nigga get enough shit. We know what's up with the nigga. The niggas might talk outside of us and had them goofy ass opinions, bro. But we are basketball savants, bro.
Yes, sir.
We come on, bro. You watch this game.
In
Pete Price
my
watch this
opinion,
game. Lemon Pepper watch this game. We know this game, and that's not to denigrate LeBron because I still believe LeBron's a great player, one of the greatest to ever do it. He's just not my goat, and I don't meat ride like y'all niggas meat ride and try to tear other players down and try to build him up. Like you know what I mean? Like if a rule applied for LeBron, why can't that same metric be applied for somebody else? Oh no, that metric's only for LeBron. Fuck that nigga, bro. Fuck that nigga. Joe Johnson to crack that nigga head 1-on-1. Fuck that nigga.
in
Hey,
my opinion,
who
I
you
think
said cracked
LeBron.
his head 1-on-1?
Joe Johnson.
Go to another teammate of his that was cracking his ass on 1-on-1.
Joe Johnson's?
No. Go
Michael
to another.
Beasley.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Mike.
I like that. He another player I feel like got buried.
He
I don't know
got
if
he
it
got
was coaching.
blackballed out the
Got
I don't
league.
know if
blackballed.
it was
Got
coaching, upper
blackballed. Got
office, who it
blackballed.
was, teammates. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's the same as in the NBA. Like it ain't no different. When you see a
Man,
young
listen.
and up and coming dude, if you can put a halt to that nigga process, you're gonna
Hey
do it.
yo, bro. I watched Gil's Arena, right? They had Mashab McCants doing this shit, right? He had Zebo and Tony Allen there. You feel me? So it's Zebo, Tony Allen, Rashad McCants, Gilbert himself, and Nick Young. 5 players who played professionally, all for 5 years or better. You feel me? Rashad McCants, NCAA champion, dude, no basketball. Nick Young, a world champion. Gil was Gil. You feel me? You know what all these niggas said? They said, yo, if they ain't shit on Michael Beasley, that nigga will still be hooping in the league to this day. They
Yep,
said, man,
already.
if that nigga was focused, like if they said if he had the mentality he got now after basketball, while he played basketball, they was like, yo, it'd have been a problem. Somebody like, yo, you know he got kicked out of Miami because he was giving Braun the business
You know who
down
else
there.
I feel like that too? You know who else I felt like didn't know how to lead the homies along the streets? Like he just did, like he didn't know how to stay street and still be successful and turn the homies out into that type of lifestyle. That nigga J.R. Ryder, bro. God,
Oh, yo,
yeah.
JR was
If
cold.
J.R. Ryder, bro, would have stayed, he was one of my favorite players. Like coming up, boy, I was outside, nigga, on them elementary courts, nigga, putting that ball between my legs, trying to learn that stuff.
Yeah, and niggas don't know JR came straight out of high school.
Those are facts.
JR came straight out of high school. That bitch was something different, yo.
Look, I like how he even gave it with Kobe, and he ain't lied. He was like, "Look, I remember." He was like, "I remember Kobe." He was like, "Hold on." He was like, "I remember Kobe." He was like, "Kobe when he was a young pup." He was talking with KG. He said, "And you know, this is everybody say this when he didn't have the knowledge yet, when he didn't just have everything. You know, you can get a little advantages on him when he was coming off the bench and all that for Eddie Jones and all that." But he said, "But." When I got on them Lakers and me and him played, even though he came with I wasn't in shape and all that, but like he said, no excuses at the end of that. He was like, he let me know he wasn't no puppy no more. He ain't want to say what really happened, even though we seen how he was out there dipping and whipping and getting spent. But he was like, yeah, Kobe
And
let me
yo,
know.
you want to know what killed me about Kevin Garnett? In his
KG,
stories, I know him and Cole had a tight relationship, right? But
man.
in his stories, he always referenced Kobe as to the young pup, and I'm like, Garnett, you came the year before him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you came in '95, he came in
That's the only thing.
'96.
Hey, look, that's the only thing he can put himself above Kobe on. He gotta have something.
Like when he tell a story about like,
I
yo,
think
he
he
was
do that.
sitting,
I think he does that as in saying like I came in out of high, before you, bro.
and I
Like
respect it.
I'm
I
like
respect it. Like
I'm the big homie on the high school, just
on
like
the
Tracy
high school
McGrady,
shit,
just
right?
like Tracy McGrady do Kobe, and they only like just right there. He'd be like Kobe, like my older brother, like you know what I mean? It's because like he taught me. KG probably was. Kobe was asking him, hey, how they treating you? Remember he said Kobe was asking like, how they doing? They
Yeah.
be
He
acting.
said
Say,
he told
I'm
him. He
not
said,
thinking
yo,
about coming to the league. And
what
you
the
know, he was
nigga
like,
said.
I'm looking at this young ass nigga like, why you asking all these motherfucking questions? What are you thinking about doing? And he tried to come out of high school. It's the same thing Tracy did.
You heard what he said. He said, man, I answer any question you want, young fella, but you got to get the fuck out my seat.
Man, look, look, hey, you got to look, I'm a star. You got to get the fuck out of my seat.
He said, this nigga was sitting in my seat. And he's like, and I'm looking at him like, young fella. And I'm sitting there
And
like,
that's what I
Garnett,
knew
you
too.
came in
Like,
here
right?
before.
I know KG got his bullshit about it, because we all do. I know, but I'm gonna say majority of the time, I agree with what KG was saying and how he used, especially his energy on the court. And I'm gonna say this: for him to be and you know he fuck with shot, he fuck, you know he from them, he know them angles, he know them streets, how he know how to fuck with niggas. He could be on the block and chill.
Yeah.
When I seen him didn't turn his back on Kobe, like it was like, I don't care about that Shaq. Like, you know, he don't care. Like, yes, Kobe did that, but like he don't know. Like he didn't know. He ain't born in the state. Like, you know, he ain't in these states like that. Like at that time, but he like, I still rock with Kobe. Like, even though niggas they shoulder on Kobe around there, like I was like real nigga shit right there. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, you don't turn your back on a nigga. You teach a nigga from that. Like, yeah, why you do that? Like,
it was crazy because they asked Lamar Odom, right?
Yeah.
About the same thing. And that nigga went into depth about it.
Mm.
He said, man, they got 48 minutes recorded of Kobe Bryant talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never once did he mention Shaquille O'Neal. He said, so y'all saying he said this off the record. Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe that shit. He said out of the whole 48 minutes of dialogue y'all got, there's nothing about Shaquille O'Neal in there.
No.
But y'all said y'all took something that he said off the record. Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, y'all just tried to create a division and all that shit. Come on, my nigga.
They've been done that though back in the day. But shout out to Melo once again, man. This is about Melo, man. And Melo,
Oh, we on Melo?
yeah,
I ain't even look. Hey, that's my bad. Not paying attention. I ain't even look at. Oh, Melo, man. For damn, boy, it's so many. Man, look, I'm gonna say this out of Melo, right? If you think about it, out of that little group, they like to say, and I say Chris Paul too, but no. Chris Paul, it took him a little long, you know what I mean? But he ended up eventually getting there. But on the real competition level, nigga, swinging for that brass ring, out of those niggas that came out with Carmello, he had the hardest road, bro. He immediately came out of college, nigga, swinging, playing with the Giants, nigga. Tim Duncan is in his way. Dirk, KG at this time. Kobe Bryant going 6 games with you niggas. I don't care 5. Like, he's in his early baby year. Just as I got braids, like, not these new ones, right? He just re-put them in. I'm talking about when it was neck braid Melo, like, when he putting up the young one with the baby hair on there. Yeah, with the hoodie. Look, like he was
Melo with the hoodie.
LeBron wasn't facing the competition he was facing in the playoffs.
No, bro. Think about
D Wade was
no. Listen, not even
the
the
competition
playoffs,
he
bro.
was facing. No.
Just think about it, bro. Not even in the playoffs, bro. He had to see these niggas 3 times
4
or more in the
times.
regular season.
Yeah, 3 to 4, depending on what division. Yeah, division.
I got to see Kobe them 3 times a year. I got to see Tim Duncan and all these niggas in my division 4 times a year.
And look, if I don't win at least 40 games, I'm not in the playoffs.
Man, that nigga made his playoffs.
Not even that. It was 50 games at that time. Just because you was 50 games don't mean you was gonna.
Yeah, what team was that? What team was that year? T Price that won 50 games and they make the playoffs. Did that go to state?
We got to look back in the
It was
archives. It happened in the 2000s.
Be real. It was like 2 or 3 teams in the West that had about 59 or 49 and a half and shit like that. And then that's when they did the board and was like, well, won't we just put these teams in the East? Like they was making jokes like.
Yeah,
am I lying? Look, hey, underrated. Tell me, am I lying? Because the East was so goddamn bad. See, they don't talk about it no more. Because you know when the East was so goddamn bad. They was talking about just let the best teams in the NBA play. We don't give a damn about what coast it was because they didn't want to have that the East this week. They just wanted whoever got the best records. We don't care what side. Best 16 teams.
That's 16 teams, but you know them owners wasn't gonna vote that in because that fuck up their playoff revenue as an Eastern Conference team.
But that's how bad the East was that they was trying to steal. Man, look, you know I ain't lying. It was playoff games, bro. It was playoff games. People didn't even watch their whole series. This was like, man, who gonna play? Like, which one of these niggas fit to win so we can see this game on the next round?
Bro, listen, it's going to be 2 teams in the East that make the playoffs that's going to be under 500 by more than 1 game, bro. Yeah. Like, these niggas going to be like 8, 9 games under 500 and going to have a 7th and 8th spot. You don't see how that East look?
Yeah.
Like,
what's going on, brothers?
what's going on with your underrated? Even like the number 6 team in the East is damn near 500. I think Detroit
Salute, my brother. Underrated. Salute.
after
Salute to you,
Detroit
brother Trey.
after Detroit, I think everybody else is 500 or under 500, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
this, but yeah, but see, this is what I'm talking. We was talking yesterday, brother Trey, and the rest of us here. This playoff shit is whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna be, you gonna. I said y'all go. I ain't talking about y'all, but I'm talking to people outside. You gonna tell me, and we gonna talk about the East first, that a sub 500 team that 6-7 games under 500 go to barely go to make to the play in. That's some bullshit.
Mm.
What's I mean, come on. I mean,
The only way I want to see a plan, look, the only way I want to, and I would allow it, I'm saying, the only way, and I know they got tiebreakers, right, and all that, like during the season, but let's say they didn't have it like that, and we got the same exact record. I just want to see sudden death out of those two, like a team like that. If y'all both got 53 in this, and it's like, damn, they both got the same record. We don't know who gonna get. Well, they got to play for
yeah.
8th or 7th or some shit like that. I can deal with that. That's the only play in I could deal with is who gonna get this
Right.
8th, 7th,
The
6th seed.
tiebreaker.
Like that's that's it. But anything because y'all messing. How can we rank? You tell me on some real shit. Look, number one, grinder, underrated. All y'all. Look, how can we rank dudes? Right when we got to keep all this in our mind, all this knowledge, right from all of the players, bro. And it's 400 in this thing, and it's years 75, 76 years going on. How can we keep everything equal, evenly, and measure when y'all keep on adding, subtracting, when y'all putting play-ins in here, but we up here saying, oh, well, he's ranked 25th because he didn't even make the playoffs for about 5 seasons in a row in his prime. But y'all got this play-in now for these other niggas in their prime to make it when they really out. If we're going off of the original logic of the NBA.
Check
And
this
you
shit
know,
out, bro.
it's hard for me. It's just hard for me now to to rank people. So I know my ranking may be off to the rest of the world now, how they doing it, because I'm gonna act like you didn't make the playoffs when you make the play in. For
Hey,
right now, the last like 3 years, LeBron didn't make the playoffs to me.
hey, yo,
No.
check this shit out, Trey. Check this shit out, right? You got Cleveland 60 and 15, Celtics 56 and 19, the Knicks 48 and 27, the Pacers 44 and 31, the Pistons 42 and 33, the Bucks 41 and 34. After that, you got the Magic 37 and 40, and the Hawks 36 and 39. Then you got the Heat for the 2 play-in spots. You got the Heat at 34 and 41, and the Bulls at 34 and 42. Tell me what kind of peanut butter and jelly shit. Now let's put the opposite, right? Oklahoma 63 and 13, Rockets 49 and 27, Nuggets 47 and 29, Lakers 46 and 29, Warriors 44 and 31, the Grizzlies 44 and 32. Right now, the last 3 teams 7 and 8, the Timberwolves 44 and 32, and the Clippers 43 and 32. Uh, the Mavericks 37 and 39 in the 9th spot, and the Kings 36 and 39 in the 10th spot.
All right, folks, let's dive into this courtroom drama.
And
Yeah, I was playing that. I was playing that earlier. I was playing that earlier on my last stream.
hey, yo,
That it's a shame
and we all,
about look. Go ahead.
I was about to say, we all know Dallas in the 9th spot because AD and Kyrie was gone after they traded Luka, and the Kings traded away De'Aaron Fox.
Who's out for the
Mm.
season?
Yeah, but the way I look at it like this though, I said for me, I'm not watching no playing. I might as well watch for the best of 3.
Mhm. Hey, let's
I'm
give
not
us
watching that playing shit.
and let hey, underrated. I want you to give your favorite Mellow moments because this is about Mellow. I know we talk about everything else. We got to get this man his
I'm
flowers while
sorry.
he
Let me
alive.
put the camera on. Let me put the camera on. My
Be honest,
famous,
keep
huh?
T Price, you gonna hate me for this one. My favorite mellow moment had to be in the NCAA championship game against Kansas.
No,
I don't hate it. It's a part of the game. I shot
I'm
it out
just
earlier. I said it earlier. They beat he beat the Jayhawks and everything like that. Hey, you
That
can't win
game,
them all.
like that Syracuse and Kansas championship game was one of the great ones. And the way Syracuse won that game and the way what Melo did that night, it was
That put him in Syracuse lore.
My
Because
yeah, my I got a few favorite mellow moments. My few one of the mellow moments when he played against LeBron in Cleveland.
oh yeah, we used with the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Cause that
I
hoodie
enjoy
medal was
every
official
single.
back then. Yeah, hoodie medal was something was nothing to play with. And what was your other one?
My other one is with when he came back to the Knicks, coming home. I mean, how happy he was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
he was
how
happy.
the city you did welcome him, and and he was like taking it. And a lot of people don't know when that trade went in, it was a few players came with Melo. They didn't really play, so. That, I mean that at that time I was there. It was like
Phil Jackson screwed y'all over that time. I never unforgive Phil for screwing over
oh
Melo.
yeah, definitely fuck Phil. I'm like,
Yeah, Phil screwed.
you
I
know
like
what?
he did Melo dirty.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I put him
It's
in the
fucked up
class
how they.
with that no good cornball Carl, Jones Carl.
Yeah,
No, it's messed up how they try to blame Metal for the Knicks' downfall because they made all the trade to get him.
But
They said if he was
so everybody forgot about the damn owner being a piece of crap.
mm-hmm.
Damn Dolan, for sure.
James Dolan, of course.
So
We
yeah,
know he did it.
when they wanna just point out one certain person, they can easily just get memory lapse. Y'all forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Once Melo was gone, who became the problem? It was like, oh, it wasn't Melo. It's still a problem. Phil gotta go. Oh, Nolan, he need to go.
Hey, yo, you I go front, you know what my favorite mellow moment was?
What's that?
Well, that nigga went to Syracuse, and I'm a Georgetown fan, but he was always sending me. My favorite mellow moment was when that nigga put on that Laker uniform, bro. I say, yo, mellow the fucking Laker. Bitch, you got 6 years too late. But
I'm sure trying to see him with Kobe that time, boy, when they had that opportunity.
God damn it, bitch, but you a Laker. You know what I mean? Like, son, like I tell niggas, man, nigga,
I'm gonna
10
tell
time
you.
star, man, 6-time all NBA player, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what made me one of my favorite moments. It showed me the dog in him, Ron. It let me know like and I think he showed like I think on a quiet level, he gave a message to you would know who I'm talking about at the time. Once I start telling the story, bro, it ain't nothing you don't know already. So for a moment, they ain't have nothing to cheer about out there on that east over there in New York. They was waiting to see stars come in there and put on performances. They didn't have one of their own that can come in there and do it. That nigga Kobe come in there, poppity pop. LeBron came up in there, even poppity pop. Carmello said, "How the hell the highest score in the Garden gonna be a visitor? The most points ever scored in this bitch." That nigga snatched that shit from both of them niggas. That let me know something about like just the competitive in him. He just was like, ain't no Kobe. Like, no offense, Kobe, but you not about to be the highest scoring nigga at my home gym. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't about to come in here and do that. Like, I'm about to get that record. He actually went after that shit.
Yeah, Melo is cold, man. I think what I love about Melo, he never shy away from the big games. And it goes to show, I'm explaining people why. I'm gonna say this again. If Melo would not get blackballed for the last 3 or 4 years, that 52 points that the loser would have had, Melo would have had that easily and plus more.
We know what happened. We know what happened, underrated.
Yeah.
Facts.
They couldn't have two niggas. They couldn't have two niggas just tipping it. Melo supposed to be in the top five or top. You know, he supposed to be right there, like where KD is, like
And
trying to hit.
scoring,
Yeah, and
period.
scoring, he would have already been there, bro. I seen it when it was going on. I said, they can't
Uh huh.
have him on LeBron ass, bro.
Right.
They
Yep.
got to show the separate. T. Price said this to y'all when we was telling y'all about the play-ins and the order of the who get
Mhm.
put out, and LeBron always got to be the last of the Mohicans. It still goes on. LeBron got to be the last of the Mohicans. Look, we got to show how much space it is between him and Carmelo. When we know y'all blackballed the man for fucking years and all this bullshit and wouldn't let him play like he's supposed to. Like, come on, man, get up out of here. When y'all letting all these garbage ass niggas lose for 8 seasons in a row, Joel Embiid, and ain't benched his ass.
Like Melo should have won Rookie of the Year in 2003 over
Like I
LeBron, man.
always say, Melo is supposed to have the career that LeBron has. Period.
Man,
They flip flopped him.
man. If they would have, and they snatched his teams every time.
Yeah.
Nigga get Chauncey Billups, all them Kenyon Martin. Nigga got a squad, bro. Why y'all don't run that back? Y'all just took Kobe Bryant, the
Trade the
champion,
nigga
to a six
Danilo
game.
Gallinari. Come on,
Come
man.
on, and then when he go to the Knicks, y'all trade J.R. Smith and Iman Shepherd, who go on to help LeBron James and become 3-and-D, some of the
Mm-hmm.
best three. Man, y'all know what y'all was doing, man. Y'all had the plot. Y'all said out of that group, when y'all seen LeBron and them coming out, y'all said who could really fuck with LeBron? Y'all said Carmelo. Carmelo was the first KD, how they do KD now and pump him down. First Kyrie, they been said, "Oh no, this nigga can make us not talk about LeBron. He can make the fans look at him and not LeBron. We gonna have to do something."
Exactly.
I ain't like that
Exactly.
trade. I ain't like that shit
Exactly.
at all. That shit pissed me off. And that
Straight
J.R.
up, bro.
Smith and that Amon Shepard, y'all were acting all happy and shit with Cleveland. Fuck y'all. When
Did
y'all
Melo
come
ever
back,
put that shit out there? No. He waited till he was retired. He showed I ain't
Tired.
even the same like you, LeBron. He could have came out right there in the New York Knicks press conference and said, "This a dirty game. This nigga LeBron calling my office. This nigga play for Cleveland. He up here telling them to give me this. Guess what they doing? Like they don't even want to win no championship. They giving it to him. Like we'd rather you win it than our own franchise player. Like he could have came out there and exploited that shit, but he
Nigga,
kept it
he
quiet.
a real one. That's why, bro. You don't have too
Yeah, he
many
know
real
I ain't
ones.
gonna
That's
get look.
why
I ain't gonna tattletale.
blackballed
You
him.
know how he looked at it. I bet you how he looked at it in the beginning. I'm gonna whoop your ass no matter what you do.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know that nigga got blackballed in his first blackball, bro. His talent was too good to get him out the league. You feel me?
What?
But the
Mm-hmm.
first blackball he had was when David Stern hit him for that stop
Yep.
snitching shit.
That stop snitching out there. Boy, what
Uh-huh.
you doing on this beast? What you doing out here talking about
Mm-hmm.
nigga better not be snitching, nigga? We a nigga, you know what we a do, nigga. They like and look what he said in that interview, Ron. He said, and that's how I knew the NBA got ties to the feds, nigga.
He said they the feds. He said that's how I knew
Yeah,
the
Mm-hmm.
he
NBA was
said
the
that's how I
feds.
know the NBA got tight. Look,
Right.
he said when he went deeper. He said, nigga, they be asking you questions you didn't even know they knew.
He
Like, hey,
said,
who's
nigga,
your
they
friend
know
Jamal?
everything
Yeah,
about
those little questions. He be like,
my
what's up with your friend
friends.
Jamal? Look, what's up with your
Oh,
friend Jamal? He still
friends,
sell
nigga.
weed.
They say they know everything.
He still smoke. Look, he still selling weed. Oh no, I don't know what he do. I ain't never knew he sell. Look, we know he selling. We ain't tripping. We just saying, don't you get caught around him. Oh,
Check this out though. That was his first strike. But you want to know what really got him fucked up, bro?
when he bombed on that, when he bombed on
He bombed
that.
on what's her name? What's that nigga name? Fuck, what's dude name? I forgot dude name. He bombed on
He
Cuz though.
started that little baby melee, bro. I forgot it was one of his other teammates, but he ran over there and then socked the nigga and then back like he skipped backwards. He did, but he bombed on
Yeah,
that
he
nigga.
did.
It was
Uh-huh.
something else that the NBA found out about that really kind of got him fucked up. But by that time, he was
You know
Carmelo.
what I think you know what I think you talking about? I ain't for sure, but I'm gonna just say it may ring your bell to it. I think he was in something like a situation like Deshaun Jackson about his out or his off the court shit.
Listen,
Yo, cheated on Lala. They was talking about he cheated with his
it,
assistant on
it,
Lala.
nah, that wasn't it. All them niggas do that.
Nah, I ain't talking
It's
about
when
that.
it,
He ain't talking. I
it's,
know what Ron
it's,
talking. Go ahead, Ron.
it's when they found out he was a supporter of Louis Farrakhan and he had gained knowledge
Yes.
himself. If you
Yes. That part.
Carmelo Anthony start all his greetings with pigs. Carmelo Anthony is God body, yo. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Red Hook, New York. He's from Red Hook
Yes, he
Project.
is. Yes, he is.
He
That's
spent
his
his
original
first 10
ball.
years of his life in Red Hook. Then they moved to Baltimore. He's from Red Hook,
Uh-huh.
bro. He's
Mm-hmm.
from
That's why
Red
I get
Hook.
it.
And,
That's
and
why I get it right.
that God body motion down there is crazy. If you notice, Carmelo Anthony, look at his charm. It's the star, it's the crescent with the seven.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And
okay.
it was a video that they said a public, I guess a public service announcement Louis Farrakhan got, and they caught Carmelo Anthony on camera at that shit.
Yeah.
Carmello religious belief. Carmello got knowledge of self. He's a conscious black man with knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And I
hey,
and I and
Ron.
I did. I know.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ron,
and
you
I
want
think
to
we.
know something that I seen? Go ahead. Go ahead, Andre.
No, I
And
was saying that when he started learning about knowledge itself, that's when the black ball started coming in. A lot of people don't know that.
that's a fact. And everybody
Mm-hmm.
think it was that when they found out that that nigga had knowledge of self. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he can't do this. He got to go to the bench.
They
He
don't
got
like
to do
them
this.
type of players in the
And
league.
that's
Look at
the
what they
ball.
did to Kyrie.
No, bro, Kyrie's another one. But think about what they. But look what they did to Chris Jackson, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mahmoud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
look, I mean, Mahmoud, I
Craig Hodges.
apologize. You feel me?
The
But
Yup.
list
Great
goes
hot.
on.
Allen.
Yup.
Yeah.
Craig
and
Mm-hmm.
Hodges.
about
The
that,
list goes on.
but at that time, you got to think about it. Melo,
He ain't the only one because when Kareem that too, that's why he
Yeah.
looked at like he is. Why he didn't get goaded. That's why he didn't. Even before Mike toppled him, they didn't goad him. They were still trying to talk about Bill and Wilt or anybody else.
and yo, and if you think about it, Mike never toppled him because he never got the scoring title. They got the same amount of championships. You feel me? So just like
But
career, right?
I'm
I
saying
mean,
like when they try to when they put it like this before Mike ever won, y'all still wasn't like, hey, before Mike was the GOAT, why y'all wasn't promoting Kareem like that?
man, the same reason why they wouldn't promote Ali.
You know why they
No,
didn't do it?
but that's my
He was
point.
affiliated
That's
with
my
him.
point. That's my point. I'm just adding on another
Yeah,
player.
yeah, that's a
You know what I
fact.
mean?
Like,
People forget that a lot of those dudes were sitting down in that press conference, man, when Muhammad Ali went to jail and all of they were doing all that
Yeah.
shit to him.
hey,
Kareem was
yo,
right there, bro.
a lot of
Yeah.
people don't
They
understand that.
stood in solidarity, bro.
That's why
These niggas
Carmelo.
got
Politics.
enemies. These niggas got enemies from the '70s that's in power right now today. Billionaires, nigga, that's still watching them niggas.
They grandchildren and shit too. They children and children's children
Listen
in
to this
power.
shit. Listen to this shit, man. They fucked around and found out, right? They should have known with the red flag with the stop snitching shit. They fucked around and found out, man, we done gave a real nigga about $350 million. You feel me?
Oh
Get
yeah.
this nigga the fuck out of here. And this nigga, like, yo, this nigga, he conscious. This motherfucker look like he know what's going on. He ain't no
Yeah.
puppet. And we done fucked around and gave him money. He can move mountains now.
That's what I be saying,
What
bro.
that what that what that tangerine said in that Planet of the Apes. Look, white man don't like smart monkey, nigga. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Yup.
White man don't like smart monkey, nigga. Say
Mm-hmm.
nigga. Say nigga. Even if you know you that ain't the only thing you can say. He need to think that.
I just want to say something right quick. Y'all hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna give you my favorite Mellow moment. It had nothing to do with his college or his NBA. When he became the Olympics all time leading scorer in the
Fire.
Olympics. That
Yeah.
Mhm.
was my favorite moment of Mello
Mm,
because I
that's a
You
good
always
said
felt
all
like
time. You said all time leader and all time decorator, right? Because you know he's the most decorated basketball
that
player.
I was just about to say that, but you just took the words out of my mouth. But and also the most decorated. That right there put some respect to these lot of these haters when I was telling y'all way back in the day that this dude was a Hall of Famer. Y'all want to argue me down all the time, talking about this man. Miller doesn't be no Hall of Famer, man. Well, I'm like, dude,
the
his
only thing they
amateur,
did,
How many,
his
how
high
many, how
school,
many gold
his
medals
high school,
he
his
got?
college, he got four of them.
He got four and he got a silver, right?
yeah,
And a silver.
Or whatever they placed that year when he was
yeah,
on the team.
Bronze,
That
yeah,
the bronze. That was 2004.
that was a
bronze,
bronze
yeah.
record.
Okay, yeah. So he
Bronze,
got four
too much of
four golds
LeBron
and a bronze.
That's
and the
what happened when
bronze,
you
bro.
go there with that nigga. He was the LeBrons of the motherfucking
And
Olympics.
his interview, bro, after he won his last one, bro, when he became the all-time leader, bro, that brought tears to my eyes, bro, because he was crying, bro. It was emotional for
I'm
real.
gonna tell you
Yeah,
another
he
great
just
moment I
won.
That's
like
the only
too.
time he
Hey,
felt like he got some respect
Hey,
during
hey,
his
look,
yo,
prime.
Ron.
Right.
Hey, Ron.
I
Hey,
was
Ron.
just
You know
about to
another
say
great
something.
moment
I was just
that he
about to
showed.
say something. That's something he can crown himself out like, man, ain't nobody,
Right.
not
Yep,
MJ, not Mike,
yep, yep,
not
Right.
Cole, not
yep.
That's
LeBron,
facts.
none of them niggas.
You know what?
Not
But you know
Magic.
what?
Look, not nobody. Not Magic or
But you
none of
know
them.
what? But you know what? I want to say this though. This got something to do with New York with David Stern, and I'm gonna take it back, and y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. Why I think feel that Stern, you should never let it happen. And go to New York, right? If y'all remember the late great Connie Hawkins, right?
Yep,
Hmm.
New
Remember
York
when
legend.
Connie Hawkins came from Boys and Girls High School? I'm talking about. Everybody, people was telling me this motherfucker was 12 years old, jumped from the foul line, dunking it, right?
The
Because what
Hawk.
happened, yeah, they say he jumped from
Mm-hmm.
beyond the
Oh.
foul line, dunking it, yeah. A lot of people don't, that's true. That's it is true. Even the late great Lou Konosaka, St. John's, Redmond, he seen it, right? Going back to my point, right? He went to the University of Iowa, right?
Yep.
It was pace, point shave and stuff like that. For
Yep.
years they said that he knew about it. So come to find out, he played in this other league. I forgot the name of the league, but it was the same league that the late great Will Chamberlain had played. I played a little bit, right? So all along, right, I want you to understand David Stern. Now, David Stern used to be you used to be the used to be her NBA. I said yes, he's right, but he also the one of the head attorneys
Yep.
trying to not try not to pay the late great Connie Hawkins.
Yep.
I want people to understand that for
Yep.
New York and stuff like that. So
That's a
now to
fact.
speed up for decades later, the David Stern, where everything would go down with Carmello Anthony, I know he was on that bullshit. I just want people to understand the connection of it. Of fucking David Stern is a fucking dickhead.
Like he made his position known. Like if you watch that series when with the Lakers and the Celtics, that prime time, they showed you who David Stern was when he started with the NBA and the type of
Mm-hmm.
shit that he used to do. You feel me? Before he even became the commissioner of the NBA,
Uh huh.
he was the commissioner henchman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
wore
Yeah, he
LeBron.
like I said, he was a head attorney.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
a
a
head
head
attorney.
attorney
That's the
against
whole
the
fact.
against
Right.
the
This
NBA,
does
Right.
mind you of the Game
NBA.
of Thrones, don't it?
That's fact,
Yeah,
bro.
he was the head attorney of the NBA against the NBA at that time in 1969. Now, he went to the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers,
They
Connie Hawkins
powerful, bro.
helped start the Phoenix Suns because they was an expansion team.
Think about that shit, bro. Like that nigga wasn't like if you wasn't about to be a puppet that he controlled. Like if like people don't even understand that nigga Michael Jordan's a fucking dickhead. He don't fuck with the public. He don't fuck like he just in his own
At
world.
all.
And he just MJ, and I don't knock him for that. It's whatever. You feel me? Like I don't knock him for that. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? That's why he was able to be the face. You feel me? But anybody that they see as a cultural influence, like how they did Allen Iverson, they tied Allen Iverson down real quick. They said,
Yeah.
"Hold
You know,
on."
you
They
know
said,
what? You know a moment that
And
I didn't
Kobe.
like.
They did
Hey,
that
Ron,
shit to Kobe too.
you know a moment I didn't like, bro, that they tried to do. I know a lot of y'all probably don't remember. I know majority of us right here do for sure. They tried to break him in front of the world, right? And in one of his worst moments, they wanted him to be out there with the poo poo. They wanted to make Michael Jordan a meme before the memes even came. When his father passed away, boy was Oprah trying to get that man to cry so bad on her show and like just
Mm-hmm.
kept saying the most violent. But how do you feel like you're the man who murdered? I'm telling you how she was doing. Y'all go. She was like, he murdered your dad. Like you know the guy he murdered, and
Yeah. She a
he was like
puppet too.
Mike looking at her. He like, I know what happened to my dad, but that don't make me hate that man who did it. Like, they were trying to make him just let it out one time for it.
Right.
bro.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
think about it, bro. Like that's what now. If you think about it, this what this new CBA is about. Because guess what? The way the league was designed for the players, these motherfuckers is getting money at an expeditious rate. You feel me? Like by the time these motherfuckers up for their third contract, they done got 400 million out of us, and these owners
Yep.
trying to give these niggas that money like that. You feel me? That's
Right.
why this new CBA came, man. They watch how the market reset,
Don't
bro.
get me wrong.
You about to, you about
I liked it that old school way. You know why? Because it was a certain amount of players. There was a certain amount of players that was touching that money. But you know why they was touching that money? Because they was selling them tickets. They was showing up to them games. They was balling out of control. And you know what you do? You know what that do? That make the rest of the players, they're like, hey, how you making all that money? Oh, nigga, because he's the first one to practice. He's the last one to practice. Nigga, he's winning. Like, so that make you say, let me get on that. And then when y'all
And
start saying,
compete.
when
And
y'all start, like
compete.
Kobe said, when y'all start giving, hold on, when y'all start giving out particip max contracts just because the nigga got drafted, that's where y'all messed the league up. Y'all didn't make Nick what I gotta strive for. All I gotta wait for is when my contract up. No, you supposed to make a nigga think nigga ain't, you don't know when you gonna get this. Like ain't nothing promised.
yo, hey, but see, you got to think about the times though, Trey. You feel me? Like before, it was a business that they was trying to get off the ground. Now this shit is becoming this international. global conglomerate. You feel me? Where
Mm-hmm.
owners is making billions and billions off of these dudes' backs, and y'all saying y'all don't want to give us what? I'm all for the players getting the money. Fuck the new CBA. Y'all figure that shit out. Give me my money. You
Right.
feel me? Give me my fucking bread, bro. Because the bread that you motherfuckers generate off the you motherfuckers got TV deals worth hundreds of billions.
Mhm.
And y'all talk about y'all don't want to give me 40 million and
But you,
I'm
but you,
I'm
But
in
you know what?
the
How I look at that, bro, I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm with you right there. I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing you said wrong. So I hope you don't think I'm saying like I'm just putting another option on it, right? At the same time, they workers and bosses, right? The damn NBA players, right? At the same time, some of them, right? Because what they doing is allowing them to be a boss at the same time, you know. And whoever y'all are financing, whatever y'all in there, like people who work on LeBron, nigga, is you paying them really what you getting paid? Off of it, but you sitting up here telling your boss though to break you off a piece like damn near 50. I ain't tripping off of no, I ain't really tripping off the money split. What I'm tripping off of is the effort for it on either side. If you got a lazy ass owner, I hate your ass because you making all this bread and you ain't moving nothing, you ain't buying nothing, you ain't trying to do shit. And if you a player that's doing something that you just love, that nigga you used to just do on the block when you was bored, and they paying you millions, nigga, and you making excuses not to do it. Yeah, I don't like that.
Hey yo, I listen. You know what? I agree. I agree. I'm 1,000,000% with you on that one, right, Trey? But listen, this all you do. Y'all money fully guaranteed. You feel me? Yep. Guess what? Yeah, I signed you to a super max, 375 million. But bitch, guess what? This max gonna have incentives, motherfucker. Take it
Yep,
away.
75 games or 70 or something.
Listen, and listen, and with real injuries, I get it. We not talking about that. I'm just talking about the y'all when y'all get y'all the year before y'all get y'all money, y'all come in and y'all be professional and y'all do y'all job. Da da da. The year after y'all get y'all money, y'all go back to I'm good. I got 2 years before my next contract,
Mhm.
so all I
Hey,
gotta do is be in shape. Blah blah. Then after that, by that
tell me,
second, year, I'm gonna start going off again.
tell
So
me
now,
what you think about this, Ron. To add on to your rules, right, with the incentive. What would you think this too much? And I'm not saying, I'm saying the real criteria of a recovery, right? Whatever it is, right? Say they say it's 8 months. I know shit can go wrong, but if a dude really supposed to be back, and y'all probably gave him like an extra 2 months. What about if you ain't back on this court by then, and it's really not like everything is checking out, but you still coming up with some? It's just a little bit. Like fine should be you missing games. Like man, I don't know the doctor. Everybody, your doctor, our doctor is you.
but no, I'm like, no, but we always gonna be fair on that because, like,
No, I
I'm
was asking, do you believe in fines? Like after it's like say an ankle sprain, bro. You like okay, that's about 2 weeks, depending on how severe it is. But
everybody heals
this
it,
dude,
right?
do you agree with that? Like after a while, like bro, it's been a month. Ankle sprain, like you need to go have surgery then, like or nigga come back. Like
I ain't gonna,
we gonna start finding you for some of this shit.
like I said, like it's a difference between being hurt and being injured. You feel me? Ankle sprain, that's you hurt. Like you can't play on the ankle sprain. You don't have. I mean, I wouldn't advise it. Could lead to other shit. So we gonna give you what the doctor say. 2 weeks rest. That's it. Blah blah blah. Then we're gonna come back reevaluate you. If the doctor's saying, and I know, and I'm telling doc, yo, what is my investment looking like? Because I'm looking like, oh, this shit is. What does my investment look like? Oh, listen, he bought at 75%. Da da da. I think he probably could use another 3 days. All right, boom, that's official. You feel me? Like we because at the end of the day, I have to protect my investment. Even if I want to send my investment away, my investment value is lowered if it's damaged goods. You feel me? So like if I'm in the business of trading and recouping thoroughbred horses, guess what? I'm gonna have the best thoroughbred horses out there. And I'm gonna make sure. So, like I said, it's a difference between being injured and being hurt. You feel me? So like you're gonna get we gonna and what I'm gonna always allow you is your medical opinion. You can have your own independent doctor. But I know it ain't no sense. I know it ain't no sense in me having a doctor that's gonna shade towards my side because once your doctor say something, guess what? Now we in litigation. So I would just want somebody to keep it 100. Yo, what is medical? Like, can that injury get worse? Will that lead to anything? Okay, all right. So now we all know where you stand at. Let's see when you're gonna get back to it. You feel me? So we gonna give you the time table. If we have a setback, we have a setback. You feel me? But we about to run this shit like I'm about to treat you niggas like an investment. Just like I hope you turn around and take your money and treat your money like an investment. You feel me? Because like now once we do shit like this, look now we go to trade this nigga and then we're like, oh fuck it, let's get him out of here. And then the other team like, hold up, red flag, this nigga didn't pass his physical, send this shit back. Now that's a bad reputation. You feel me? Really niggas ain't really want to fuck. So it's just like you gotta keep the integrity in it as an owner, and you gotta understand, like I said, you gotta understand it. My liaison will probably be a former NBA player. Like my right hand man will probably because I always get the perspective of the fucking players.
But you know what gets to me though, right? As we know, we talk about low management for a long time here, so I don't have to worry. We go back into it. Why? This is what I'm saying. Why the front office gotta put incentives for playing fucking 70 to 80 games for? Man, like we said, injured it does happen. But I'm saying low management, that motherfuckers don't even play not even half a season.
Oh, now see, now shit like that, I'm all for it. That's why I'm glad they say, yo, you can't even get all NBA honors if you ain't played niggas 65 games or more. You can't. And so once you don't get them honors, then guess what? Now you about to see how these niggas keep playing because now you seeing how niggas about to start missing out on their money. You feel me? I'm about to like these niggas who about to be up for contracts. Watch how these niggas start playing through injuries and shit like that. Because now that shit start affecting their bottom line.
Yeah,
And
because it was a badge of honor back in the days.
but
If
see,
you
but
played
that
like
but
65, 70 games, that was
listen,
an
but
honor.
you gotta think about it. Back then, niggas was struggling. Like niggas was trying to make this league to try to make some other so when they grew this league. You feel me? When Magic and Bird and them came, bro, and they got all these TV contracts because of Boston and New York, and you know what I mean? Like, and the Lakers and bro, this shit started becoming a business. Now think about it. These little niggas is walking in the room. If they get these niggas, if they get drafted, I seen 6 niggas from the McDonald's All American game. That boy going to Kansas, Darian Peterson. I said, ching, that's 40 million. I said, oh, this kid over there, ching, that's 40 million. I said, God damn, they about to have them lined up coming, bro. And they about to start treating this shit. I swear to God, you about to see this shit run like a plantation. Once they reset the market value and realize only the true superstars are going to be able to get that big money. The rest of y'all gonna have to take mid-level exceptions and whatever the vet minimum is and all that other shit.
But the question is, who's gonna be the face? Who willing to be the face of the NBA? That
The
is the question.
the
Because
the, the person that they feel that they could trust the most. But you gotta think about it. When you the face of the NBA, you too. It's like, come on, there. It's a lot of shit about Mike that these motherfuckers buried. You feel me? I'm pretty sure it's a lot of shit about LeBron that the NBA know that they buried because he's the face of the shield.
but now he is when he get
I'm
up.
just saying, no, but they did that. Listen, they chose that nigga, bro.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
chose. He was groomed since high school. We found the next one. Remember, they had it in Cove. Cove had the McDonald's Sprite or all them commercials. Then that shit happened in Colorado. So that fucked up their plan.
But they never really cared for Kobe even before Colorado
But
though. We
but
gotta be honest though.
but just think about it. He was a person who took his listen. He took his craft seriously. Listen, he took his craft seriously. He's going to be the best player in the league. He's very marketable. You feel me? Like we don't have to particularly like him. Shit, Michael Jordan was an asshole,
Yeah,
but he fits the bill. When that
yeah,
fucked up, they immediately it's this kid LeBron James. Like he came in with the name the chosen one.
yeah.
They telling you he's the chosen one, and everything has been set up for him. There's no way in the world he should have won Rookie of the Year.
No.
His name got him the Rookie of the Year. That's what they wanted. This is how they seen this coming. They had this shit laid out for 20 years for this kid.
Yeah, the script, the
Now,
NBA script.
now, what I do give him credit for is not fucking that up and not fumbling the bag. Because now he in a position he could be like NBA. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all, you know what I mean? He in it like he's in that type of zone now. He's in that type of area now. He done made it. He done rubbed elbows. Everybody know this dude is good business.
Yeah, he rubbed elbows all right.
Yeah, and they know this dude is good business. This dude is $1 billion generator. You feel me? So it's just like I'm here now. They done created a monster.
And the same way they bringing him up a monster, they could bring him down like he ain't nothing either.
Yep.
That's what that's what a lot of people don't know that is going to happen because
Yep.
again, yeah, everything I've been listening to, man. There's some things I was talking about on my last stream and everything.
Hey, yo,
Hold
but
on,
see,
I'm not
I want you. I
calls
want you.
when I'm on my live, but go ahead. What you say, bro? Go ahead, finish what you say.
And I know where you're going, but I just want to say this, preference this. Man, I don't get. They could say LeBron James was Deshaun Watson and what's my boy named Charles Manson all wrapped up in one. And guess what? These motherfuckers that love him, they wouldn't give a rat's ass. They wouldn't probably even believe the shit, bro. Like this nigga has a fucking
Of
cult.
course,
Like he has a cult. Like that's why I say he done got to a point where it's just like even if you guys try to bring him down, you feel me? Like this different from then a
did y'all
nigga
hear
like
about
Pop.
that song? Did y'all hear about that song? They that dude that recreated Michael Jackson's song and put LeBron James' name in it. That's sad, bro. That's
Right.
Yeah.
sad, and it's so disrespectful on so many levels.
It's,
But hey,
it's
but Melo's a Hall of Famer. Hey, but Ron, time, did you watch the McDonald's All American game last night? Did well, he fell out. Did anybody watch the McDonald's All American game, or just me?
Nah, I
I
ain't
guess it
watch it,
is
bro.
just.
I didn't watch it,
Well,
bro.
I don't know why y'all don't watch it. That's the future stars that's coming in the league.
You
Future
know
players
what?
that's coming in the league.
If any of them be looking up to any of these niggas, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be seeing.
Hey, but again, it gets to my point I was trying to say earlier. I said that on my last stream. Look at all this talent that's coming in the NBA. They can't continue to hold on to LeBron and Steph and all
yeah.
these others. They should have been done that a long time ago. Long time
And
ago.
and they need to stop forcing good veterans out the league. That's where your league keeps the
Yep.
more. Like you know how they allowed damn, what's his name for Miami, man? Damn.
A Don Haslin.
Yeah, like a Haslam. Like you used to let dude just be there, bro. Like because it ain't about what he can do anymore. He was here when D Wade was here. He could tell you what D Wade to do in that situation. He could tell you things. It ain't about he could do it, but you got the talent to do it. But nigga, you don't got the mind. So I'm gonna tell you the nigga who can also do what you do. I know his mindset. I sat next to him. I helped him. I won. Like you keep taking your veterans out of the league, you ain't gonna your oldest vet is 24.
No,
Yeah.
Bryce was not a McDonald's All American. No, he was not. Bryce was not an All American. Melo's son wasn't even an All American. He
No.
definitely should have been. But now they're gonna try to say the man missed too many games. Like, okay, whatever. But like I said though, if they pick and choose who be All Americans, you always got two or three players that got snubbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Let's
can't
think
believe you
about it.
missed that. I
Let's
can't believe you missed that, T Price. I thought you would have caught that one right there on the button. Look, the sins of the father go down to the son. Shit, the beef between LeBron and his son go between them now. Look, you gotta have his son gotta look, your son that didn't have a strong start, or we don't know what Carmelo's son gonna do or not do, but I'm gonna just say didn't, no hype behind him, no pump up system. He still gotta go through worser shit than you. Like your son wasn't worth it, but did you see Carmelo be like, and he can't. Don't think he ain't got for that little small shit. You don't think Carmelo could have called a couple dudes and like, I want my son on that McDonald team.
I tell you what. Hey yo, who Carmelo signed to with a sneaker deal? Jordan, right?
Yep.
yep.
I bet the world.
I
I,
had them things, them black and sky blues. I
listen,
had them things.
I bet the world see him in that Jordan Brand Classic All Star game. I bet that.
Yep.
I
Yep.
bet Mike ain't gonna leave him out.
The
Nigga,
Jordan
how the
Brand
fuck you?
Classic. A lot of
How the,
people forget about. That's the next thing. That's the last game I think is the Jordan Brand Classic.
how the fuck you gonna leave Mr. New York State out of the fucking All American game? Nigga won Mr. New York State
It's about
basketball.
yo, Yo, politics. It's politics now, bro. Cause they
So,
say, yo, New York getting too much shine, man. No,
hey, yo.
y'all getting too much.
Oh, yo, and then they said, "Oh, and you going to Syracuse like your dad?" Oh, yeah, we already got you lined up, young nigga.
Bro, I was happy when he go in Syracuse. I said, oh yeah.
Listen, and he cold. Just like I looked at, I was watching. I swear to God, I was watching them boys yesterday, bro. And I'm sitting there looking. I thought about when Carmello played in the All American game. It is funny that you was talking about Carmello, and I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, Cayenne's supposed to have been out here. But then I looked at Gil's son. I'm like, oh yeah, Cayenne, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, yo, I looked at the Boozer twins. I'm like, I like the older one. I like the bigger one. The other one, Caden. But then I seen that boy Darren Peters, and I don't care what they say about that boy going to Utah, that BYU nigga. Kansas got the best player in the fucking in the country, bro.
Darren Peterson.
Swear to God, bro. And then he was playing. He took off in the All American game the same way Melo did yesterday.
And another thing too, when they played them head to head in high school, they beat him. He beat AJ and them in the championship in Lawrence. That little
Yeah,
high
like
school tournament that was in Lawrence. They won. I watch. Look, that's like I tell people, man. I watch these high school players. And shout out to the ladies, man. They got some cold girls that's
oh yeah,
coming,
that's a
man.
fact.
They got
That's a
that.
fact. I
Man,
ain't
they
even
got some
get to
cold
them.
ones, man.
But it was
Man.
Carmelo and that boy who Kansas got. He reminded me of Carmelo because they were showing some of Carmelo highlights. You feel me? And
Hmm.
I was like, damn, this nigga.
He's only six. He's only 6'3", 6'4", too.
That bitch attacked the rim. Oh, he got he got that jumper. I said, oh, Kansas might have the best player in the country coming. Well, they
Yeah,
had him
he.
ranked
That's
number
what
two, but from what I seen, this game was a little bit more pure than the AJ kid.
I've been trying to tell you that. Ron trying to do game was better than, but at the game, but they play two different positions, so it's like
They
picking
do.
apples and
Yeah.
oranges. It's like picking
But
apples and oranges,
yeah,
whatever
but
you like.
he just looked at a bit more fluid. He looked at like a real hooper out there. Like that game gonna be the same whether it's at Rucker Park or whether it's at Paulie Pavilion. You feel me? Whether it's in the Staples Center, that game ain't gonna change. He's a hooper.
Yep. What y'all feel about John? What he did last night?
I don't even think that was really a gun gesture. Like they reaching, bro. Like
But I think they reach it too, but I don't think it's a gun gesture either. I watch the game too because, like I said, I get a lot of Golden State games. You know, because I'm so close to Sacramento, so I get a lot of Kings. I even get Clippers games. The only way I watch the Lakers if I got the NBA, if I watch all the Lakers games too. You know, but other than that, though, but still, man. But listen, I know they reaching, but then again, your reputation precedes you, though, man. Because even if it didn't look like something, you was already affiliated with that stuff. You know what they said?
Yeah.
Once you affiliate you with something, like birds of a flock together, right? So as my dad would say, whatever your MO is, that's how people always going to perceive you. Even if the something that you didn't do had nothing to do with it, people gonna automatically claim that you're guilty because of what you got caught with it in the past.
what what what
So ain't
what
nobody can do it. Go ahead.
what did I tell you about Ja Morant, bro? And I'm on Ja's side. Like he just well, you just like I put it in perspective about Ja, right? I had this dude who used to
Hmm.
be on the show with me, T Price. He used to chime in all the time. He was from down there in South Carolina where Ja and Zion is from. And like he played basketball right before them, but he don't watch these dudes play multiple times. He explained to me between the two, one of them is from a town that got like 5,000 people in it, and the other one is from a town that only got like 30,000 people in it. You feel me?
Hmm.
So now you take this nigga from a town that only got 30,000 people, and I'm looking at this on scale. I'm from Rochester, New York. We only got a half. We ain't. I don't even think it's a 500,000 people in my city. So I know the
It's
size of my city.
about half a million, right?
Right, it's about a 500,000. You feel me? So I know the size of my city on scale. So you telling me this nigga's from a city that only got 30,000? I start thinking of shit like Elmira, underrated darkness. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I start thinking about little towns like Binghamton. You feel me? So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it,
Binghamton. Yeah.
so it's just like, damn, you take that and
Prison,
you
prison
get
towns.
right prison towns, up north towns. You take that a kid from that, and you drop him off in the wildest city of America, and you give him $100 million. I said, "What you think about to happen?" I said, Memphis had the music popping. They street shit was popping. Like they had a whole lot of going on. Memphis was loud at the time, and you drop Dry off right in the middle of that shit.
Hmm.
Of course, the boy gonna make a fool. The boy only 22, 23 years old. He made some bad choices. What did I say, T
Yeah,
Price?
yeah.
I said,
I'm not giving up on him.
no,
I'm
but
not
what did I
giving up
say,
on
T
Ja.
Price? Hold on,
I
no,
just,
no.
I,
Nah.
Hey, yo,
I
hold
just,
on. Let me finish, T Price, because what did I tell you I'd do if I was Ja? I said, word is born. First thing I'd have did was cut my dreads off.
yes.
When I came back from that gun shit and all that shit, the first thing I'd have did was cut my dreads off. They'd have just all I'd have been doing was posting videos of,
Yeah.
of me working out, and they'd be
Yeah,
like,
and
"Oh
guess what?
shit,
And guess what else? And my promotion commercials, I want kids around me. I want to be at a playground. Like I
that's a
want that
fact."
type of setting, bro. I want to be playing basketball. And guess what? Out of nowhere, I want to hear doo 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 like an ice cream truck come. Yeah, all I'm buying everybody. No, I need this look. Just like Kobe needed to go to the Olympic.
True.
Look, everybody was booing Kobe and America was against him. I don't care. It was a I want to do this and that. Kobe went over there to the
Hey
Olympics.
yo,
Also, how you gonna boo me? And I'm over here for
hey
our
yo,
country.
hey
That
yo,
got
hey
him
yo.
some white people back in his
Hey yo,
pocket.
hey yo, think about this. I'd have took it one step further. I'd have been like, yo, matter of fact, I need a female. Can we get Sabrina to do a commercial with me? Guess what? I got an idea, like you said. She owned the ice cream truck. You feel me? I'm at the playground shooting the kids running around, and she pull up, the kids run, and I'm like, I'll shoot you for the ice cream. And she get out, you know what I mean? And we all know, you feel me? Some shit like that. And we both her kicks, my kicks. We both under Nike. You feel me? Some
Yeah.
shit like that, like you said, but to revamp his image. But
He
remember, T
needs some
Price,
good
I said
people
it.
in his corner. He
I
needs
said
some really good people in his
that's
corner.
why a nigga like me need to be his big homie. I swear to God, cause the first thing I'd be like, my nigga, you cutting them fucking dreads off.
But the thing
They,
is, do he
they,
want to do it? That's the question. Do he want to do it?
hey yo,
That's the
you
question.
know, hey yo, you know what I would have showed him underrated darkness? I'd have been like, you see what you doing? I'd just pulled up what he lost in that supermax by not getting that supermax. You just lost 100 million, nigga. You lucky Nike stuck with you. You feel me? You lucky Nike stuck with you. You just lost a
Hey, I
hundred.
just thought about this, y'all. Ain't they about to have a it, it might be a lockout potentially next season, right?
That's what I was
Absolutely.
hearing.
All the players ain't going for that new CBA, bro. Watch how the shit go down because they see now which way the owner's trying to take. They're trying to take the league back. Oh, you about to have all types of niggas getting NBA shots now, my nigga. Oh, yeah, that lockout definitely coming, my nigga. They see that CBA some bullshit, and they told him, why would y'all give up the controlling percentage? Isaiah Thomason spoke on that. He's like, yo, when we had the CBA, like, yo, we had 53% of the revenue. He said, so y'all don't went to 53% where y'all done gave them the controlling share? Y'all stupid as fuck.
Right.
Hmm.
Who is representing y'all? You know what I mean? But niggas, they getting blinded by it. They get, you know what it is? They getting blinded by all that side money. Oh, well, we get this and this and that, and they're not looking at the main pot. You feel me? They getting caught out there on the
Hmm.
side bets, underrated. You feel me?
Yep.
They forgot they just stopped the bank. You feel me?
Yeah, they're looking at the moment instead of the big picture.
They
You
forgot
see?
they stopped the bank and just put 20 million in the bank. They looking at all the side bets niggas in their ears throwing. Bet you on four better. Bet you on five or better. You feel me? They done totally forgot about the bank.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, y'all done got distracted. Now y'all done gave them the upper hand. These folks ain't about to try to give y'all that control back. They just got it from y'all. Now, think about
Who's the president of the Players Association?
I don't know who the president now. I know CJ.
I think it's Chris Paul is the vice president.
I thought CJ McCollum was the vice president now. But you might be
Okay.
right. But think about this shit, man. It all play out, man. These players get mad with this lockout. They had to give them away. Wanna know why? Because these players ain't really got no really other out. These niggas don't want to pack up and go to Europe and move their families to Europe to play basketball. They ain't got no other out. We a monopoly. We a monopoly. We got these dudes. And come what? What was the plan? Kobe starting a rival basketball league to rival the NBA. Remember, he had the funding. He had the Chinese uh, uh, government was backing him. He had all the partners and all that shit. They said the blueprint for the shit was already laid out right before he conveniently died. Right before he conveniently left the earth. You feel me?
But you know that's messed up though. That they're gonna try and bring teams in overseas instead of. I'm saying this is what I know. I want a team to come back Seattle Supersonics. I want Seattle to come back.
That's a fact. That it shouldn't be no other question. I don't even know how franchises like Charlotte and New Orleans got franchises, and this one missing up in Seattle.
Right.
And if I'm an owner, I'm looking like, bro, if I'm Memphis, I'm looking at it like, man, get me the fuck out of Memphis. I want to go to Seattle.
Yeah, I would.
They already said Memphis might lose the team with these new supermax contracts that's coming out. That's why they blackballed Jaren Jackson to stop them from getting that Defensive Player of the Year shit. Because
Hmm.
they was gonna have to give Jared Jackson a supermax. You feel me? And they can't afford to do that. They said the city could barely support the team as it is. They talking about taking them and actually moving them and giving Nashville the franchise.
Move them motherfuckers to Seattle, man. Where they
That's the
belong.
man. They should not
Sonics.
be, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. If I was Steve Ballmer, I'd be like, yo, somebody else could have a Clipper franchise. I'm taking my franchise and I'm going up to Seattle.
Right. Or they
It's
keep
a
all the colors. There's no changing or nothing. Man,
listen.
Seattle's a basketball town. What we
Listen,
talking about?
it's the whole Northwest region. The only thing they got to root up there for is Oregon and the fucking Portland Trailblazers and the Seattle Mariners and the Seahawks. Like the whole Northwest got to root for Portland now because there is no fuck that you got a fucking football team and you got a baseball team out there. The only thing that's missing is and the only reason why they left because they said the city wouldn't help them get a new stadium. So they left with over money issues. So, but if I'm one of these new age owners like Steve Ballmer and all these hedge fund groups that's buying these NBA teams, like who got the money like that, I'm not build my own stadium. Take me to Seattle.
Yeah, I would.
Somebody else can have the Clippers as an expansion franchise. Y'all can still keep the Clippers. Y'all can whoever next for expansion, put it in LA as the Clippers. But I
Cause
need
you,
Seattle.
cause you know the NBA trying to force Gary Payton to retire his number in
And
OT.
like you said,
He said he's not gonna do that because he said I play in Seattle,
he
and
said,
every
I've
time
never
I come over
played.
here, that'd be disrespectful. He
He said,
said,
I've never played a game in Oklahoma City. He said, how y'all gonna hang me? He said, I will never sign off on that, yo. They got to bring it back, man. And all it's gonna take is one of these dudes to be like, you know what I mean? If I'm Mark Cuban, I'm like, okay, I done sold my interest in the fucking the Mavericks. You know what? Guess what? Let me go start a group over here and let me get in on the Seattle thing, man. Cause these niggas tripping over here. They just traded Luca.
And that is really is that's the best other than California, other than Los Angeles. That's like the basketball mecca of the West Coast.
Now you know how many players
That's
you got coming from out of there, Jamal Crawford and all them boys. Like, man, there's some hoopers
"Yes,
that
sir."
come out of there.
mm-hmm.
So
Jason Terry,
yeah, so it's just like, yo, man, it needs its
John
own
Kemp.
and need that culture back, bitch. I swear to God. And we want the ugly green and gold, and we are the Supersonics, bitch. We back.
And
We
you
back.
Oh
remember,
yeah. Hey,
and you,
look, Supersonic, and that got to be the first intro song when they coming out, running
Yeah,
out to Supersonic.
swear to God.
and not only that, y'all, it's just y'all remember. I remember because I talked to, like I said, I'm out here in the West Coast, so I'm in the Northwest, and I talked to a lot of people that's from Seattle. They got kids hooping out there and everything. I be watching all the games and stuff, and I always ask them. I was like, man, how do y'all feel about getting a team? And they always referred it back how the Oklahoma City, the owner lied to the fans of Seattle. He literally said that he wasn't going to sell the team, and then he left at midnight, right at midnight, West Coast time. And
Oh,
next
that's
thing you know,
yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that's crazy because if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Durant says something similar to that. He like, man, I know, yo, okay, yeah, but nigga, I got drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, he
He's there. He's their real last franchise player.
that's a fact. The
And
Seattle.
you know who else? And I ain't saying he a franchise player. I'm just saying Rashard Lewis too.
Think
Hmm.
about it.
And Ray Allen.
Ray
Hey, look,
Allen,
And Ray Allen. Swear to God, think about this shit, bro. Like
Luke Grignine,
all that
Yeah.
work he gave out was supposed to be up in the Seattle stat books.
hey, you know who
Chris
shoes I
Wilcox,
had? Hey, bro,
Chris
look,
Wilcox.
you know he was a jump man. You know who shoes I had? Cause them bitches was icy. I don't care that color. Them Van Bakers. Woo, give them to me. Give them to me now. I want them Van Bakers. Yep, give them to me.
I'm
I
telling you,
was
bro.
all
Like,
over those. I don't know if y'all seen them, but then they had them gold and
and
I got
and
them Sean Kemp's, I had the gloves, I had the Sean Kemp's. I had man, look, I was a fast look, all right. And yep, you right. I sure did believe sometimes if I put that nigga shoes on, I'm about to do something special.
hey, yo, I swear to God, bro. And if I'm LeBron, I'm like, I don't want a
These
Vegas
kids don't
team.
know
Put
nothing
me up in
about these
put me
kids
in
don't know nothing
Seattle.
about them pumps. Hey, look, what they know about when we 10 and 9 out there getting them pumps. Yeah, all right, nigga, watch this. This time, I'm grabbing the rim. Hold on, let me pump my shoes up.
But I said, as a sports critic though, as a sports fan of the NBA, man, ain't nothing like watching Seattle Supersonic game, man.
And that was
I'm
exciting, man. That's when it was just exciting. You got a marquee, what they call it. You don't even hear that shit no more. That word don't even exist. Marquee matchups.
Seattle
Seattle.
Supersonics. Bro, I used to play with them on what's the name? On what was that? Was that wasn't NBA Live? Was it? Nah, was it?
NBA
But
Jam, nigga. I know what you talking about. NBA
nah,
Jam.
what game was that when Tom Chambers had the two-hand dunk nigga from the free throw line that
Oh, that's
Was
NBA Live, nigga. It wasn't no 2K. It's NBA Live.
what was it, Jordan? What or was it? What was
Boy,
that
then
game?
y'all used to hate. I don't know. Hey, y'all tell me, because I was young. I don't know. Maybe I know it now, but it's just slipping my mind. That nigga Mike was smart and ahead of the game. Because a few coaches was like that, right? Like I think it's like something about how big you are, and like if you got that space, they didn't want to pay. Mike was like, "You ain't gonna pay me what you pay in the beginning." When they was coming out with these games, Mike probably was like, "Nigga, I'm so big, you can't pay me for my Jordan on the back." It was called player. When you pick the Bulls. That nigga who was supposed to be Michael Jordan name was player. Nigga, it did not say
Player
Jordan. Nigga.
99. Player 99.
That shit said, yeah, play on everything. This nigga Mike must have been like, no, my motherfucking like body, like my you got me. I gotta get paid more than everybody. Cause Charles Barkley got something like that. They keep asking Charles Barkley, why you ain't on 2K? Charles Barkley said, because they will have to pay me more than everybody else. And I told him if they don't pay everybody else, Shaq, Kenny as much as me, then I ain't gonna do it. That's why he ain't on it. It ain't about they don't want him. He know his pricing. And he said if Shaq and Kenny don't get that,
NBA Showdown was the game.
yep.
NBA Showdown.
Oh, but yeah, he said that's why he don't do it. But that nigga Mike must have had a contract. Even Bill Belichick, when you picked them Patriots, that nigga wasn't in there coaching.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's how you got to be on some big shit. For you to tell a game that you can't even make me I don't care. That's still like me. You making cheese off of me or something? Like, boy, you got to be big than a motherfucker. Cause I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I was a Laker fan, but who the hell didn't want to go over there sneakily, look behind your back, look left, look right? I'm just gonna pick these Bulls just one time so I can just do what the shit Jordan be doing, shit dunking and shit. Like, you know, you didn't look. I'm gonna keep it real. Look, I'm a San Francisco 49er fan. But you think when them early matches was coming out, I wasn't picking Cordell Stewart, nigga? How that shit was? Man, crazy. Y'all was out there picking. Cordell was like Vic, not like how they had him on these games. But in my time coming up, boy, you get Cordell Stewart, nigga, you ain't got nobody to pass it to. Pew.
Yeah.
Dante Culpepper, nigga, I'm throwing bombs to Randy Moss, nigga. I don't like that them niggas teams, but I want to do what them niggas do, though.
Yeah, but she was cold too.
Oh
Yeah.
man, hey, he's underrated off of that. Look, now he's a dude. His technical fouls don't add up with Like how, like Draymond Green, your shit, you probably supposed to have more than what you got. Your technical files, it's like, yeah, that shit makes sense. I see the shit you do, but no, they was giving my nigga Rasheed Wallace. That nigga got a tech because he said, "Ball don't lie."
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, we been saying this shit since the playground. Nigga, I was mad as fuck when they did that because I'm like, wait a minute, bro. This some shit we say like this ain't like NBA. You can't even take this away, nigga. That's what we say, nigga. Basketball players, hoopers, we be like, nigga, ball don't lie. If a nigga said it was out, and then nigga be like, shoot it. It's his turn. That nigga brick. We be like, nigga, ball don't lie. That nigga missed that free throw. That nigga said, ball don't lie.
Hey, one of my favorite technicals of when Joey Crawford kicked Tim Duncan out the game for laughing on the bench.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, yeah,
bro. That
that
was
yo,
another
that
one,
was
T Price. Ooh, that was another. You see how that nigga that nigga Tim Duncan looked like he got kicked out of school, huh? Like or suspended,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't even throw the spitball. Like, wait, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold on, I wasn't even at school that day. How you telling me I'm in trouble?
but one
Yeah,
thing
that
about
was
Joey
that
Crawford,
was
he was a good ref. He was a
and
good ref,
referees,
but
and
he
we
was
thought
petty though.
referees was bad back then. Man, the referees are 100 times worse than in today's game. Man, look how they be
Yeah, it
throwing these.
is.
Hey, I see Jay Reed from Akron this year wasn't even in the game arguing
Man,
with the arguing with the officials not once,
man,
Twice,
not
four
twice,
times,
about two, three of them, huh?
three
four
times.
times.
He went all the way out to the half court and was still arguing his behind off. And it's amazing. It's amazing to me that Luca get called for technical fouls with Jay Reed don't. That's how you know he's protected.
Hey, look,
Yo,
hey, T
I
Price.
know.
You want to know? Hey, you want to know another one of my favorite moments too? I ain't gonna lie. This ain't got nothing to do with, but this is my favorite Darvin Ham moment because he didn't give a shit. I don't care at this one. My
You go
favorite,
ahead.
bro. My favorite Darvin Ham moment is when that man said he didn't know what LeBron was on. Remember that play? LeBron like challenge, and that nigga Darvin Ham just walked away from him, like walked to the half court. That nigga LeBron said. Like that was one of my favorite Darvin Ham man from him. I swear to God, that was he didn't have to say nothing. LeBron twirled his little finger
Mm-hmm.
and he turned around and walked to the half court like he was fit to go and tell them people something right there. And then just put his hands in his pocket and turned around and looked at LeBron. That nigga started looking like he started trying to do this thing. Nigga,
I like it. I love it. I like how Ime who strokes you went off on him.
oh my God, when he hit him with that B word, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Woo, smooth too. Some real classy coach shit. Just walk up to the star player franchise. Look, I know you're great, but look, why you acting like a B dog?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why you? That's one thing you can't never say. I don't care. Nigga probably say for f you. Excuse me, T. Bro. Nigga might say the f you word to Mike, like on some f you, nigga. You too good or f you, nigga. I don't give a fuck, like something like that. Or and but you never heard a motherfucker just say you are acting like a real B niche. Even dudes who wanted to beat Kobe up didn't say he was the B niche. I'm just saying, like, and I'm gonna tell you, that's another thing too. Favorite Carmelo Anthony moment was when he separated himself from his generation of young niggas. The first one out of them, I ain't saying D Wade ain't never had one. I'm just saying first. The first one that I seen let the generation ahead of him know I'm just like you niggas, probably worse on some levels. When that nigga KG Lucky charged him or whatever he said too personal, he let KG know I ain't them other niggas. Ain't gonna be none of that. You can talk loud to me and I'ma shake and go tell the coach, take me out the game for a few minutes until that nigga cool off. That nigga was on that nigga. He was on that nigga. I could see it. I ain't saying KG was
Yo,
spooked. What I'm saying is KG knew I ruffled the wrong feathers. I'm really fit to either get suspended. This fit to be a real fight. Like he ain't fit to this tuck his tail. He ain't one of them young pups. That nigga foul. He ain't want to play basketball no more, nigga. What's up?
you know what? Well, you're talking about Kobe moment, right? And this was on
I
my
said
mind
I
for
was
a
saying
couple
Carmelo. I
days.
was saying that was the Carmelo right there.
Yeah, Carmelo. You know what? I was thinking about this for a whole hour. You know, while we was talking, and I'm thinking about Carmelo Anthony, and you know what I'm saying, New York stand up. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo always gonna be a fan. And I was thinking about before he got blackballed, he know knowledge of himself. But a lot of people don't know before that time he was on a scoring tear.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't know that. Usually when you hit 30 and stuff, you tend to. Carmelo was on a scoring tear.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did say that, Mike. He did say that. He said he told Melo I fucked your bitch. He did.
Yeah, he
So
said, that motherfucker. He said, Lala tastes like Lucky Charms, nigga. And
honey nut
Carmelo was
Cheerio.
just like, right there. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. Hey man, not my kids, not my wife, and and probably still in my older age, not my pops and my moms, bro. But me, all day, you got actually all this shit right here, all this 6 feet, whatever I am out there with you. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, bro. Don't go at my family, nothing bloodline, bro, or you gonna see some blood out here.
Hmm?
Like, yeah, that's where it comes. If you want to take it back to the old, like he let him know though, but I ain't never seen look who was punking the other niggas though. Remember? KG, Paul Pierce,
Hmm.
spitting at this nigga LeBron. LeBron, yeah, he was mad, they said he was mad. Now we just seen what I'm saying Carmelo did and what he did in other situations. Soccer nigga, I don't care, skip, pop LeBron, he will sock you, but he will make it look like I was doing a basketball move. Like shit like that. No. Carmelo gonna be like, I backhanded his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like what he was saying. I backhanded. Like, that's the shit I'm talking about was the difference. He didn't let KG think, you know how KG be talking like, man, we ran LeBron. He'll never, ever, ever, ever fix his mouth to say nothing like that about Carmelo because he know this nigga gonna remember that this season, next season, season after that, like all that. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James let Paul Pierce and KG talk shit to them like them niggas was high school students, nigga playing against them. Pull on their body and shit. Like LeBron, like how he was getting mad at Chalmers and all that. When Paul Pierce spit at you for once, I don't care about them saying, oh, them niggas was really mad. Fuck really mad. I'm gonna sock you. I'm gonna hop over whoever. You're gonna get socked. You spit? No. I'm gonna hit you, bro. I don't care. Even in the season, if I gotta wait. When you go for a layup, bam, I'm gonna hit you with a bynum, nigga. You going down. Don't you ever spit. That's the nastiest insult you can ever give a person. So I'm gonna get you for that. You didn't show your manhood there. It's just some things you got to let a man feel you on. That B word, you gotta feel me. That spit, you gon' feel me and hear me and all type of shit after that. LeBron didn't show it. D Wade, you didn't show it. That's why they thought they was punking you for a certain amount of time until y'all got like together and got a few other like black dudes which you was tough and wasn't having it and all that, you know what I mean? And y'all kind of let them be y'all muscle and talk. But other than that, Carmelo, the only one who stood right on out from the jump, letting everybody in the NBA know. If you even Kobe, I'll never forget when they was down there at the bottom. I think Kobe tried to hit him with one of those, like how he got Ron Artest. Remember, like, but physical, not trying to hit him in the throat, just like, I'm trying to get some position. And Carmelo trying to deny him. He said when he got elbowed, he didn't go bitch to no ref or nothing. He said, I went right back down there on my offense. Look, bam. He said, Kobe, like, that's where they got their respect. Kobe, like, oh, this nigga, yeah, nigga, I'm a battler. You thought for to go bitch to the referee, you hit me in
Yeah,
my
that's what
chin?
Kobe had. Even though that's a good point, because a lot of people I mean, we talk about, but a lot of people don't know. Throughout the years, Melo had. I mean, Kobe had a lot of. I mean, the late great Kobe probably had a lot of
Great
respect
rapport
for
with Carmelo. They don't even know how did him, D Wade and and LeBron even get to talking in the Olympics. Carmelo tell you the story right there on the thing. He said Kobe was on his thing by himself. He said, me and him on the West, so I'm the only one that really get to talk to him and mess with him. He try to stay on his own, but I don't let him. Like I'm the one that bring him my shit. He said Kobe was sitting over there by himself. And we was all over there. He said, I'm the one that turned around and was like, what your weird, like, something just to open up. Like, man, what your old goofy ass over there doing, nigga, all by yourself, all cooped up, acting like you can't hang with us, nigga. And like, he said, that made Kobe feel like, man, let me go up here with these niggas. They think I'm thinking I'm better. And he said, that's what we got. He said, and that's how y'all got that legendary little thing y'all think y'all seen where they try to give Kobe and, they really tried to remake a Kobe and Magic little thing, like how Jordan and Magic thing, how they was in the Olympics, and everybody was talking about like, who these two legends and showing them with pictures. When you see Kobe sitting down at the restaurant and they all got their jerseys on and shit, and LeBron start clowning them and like teasing like, hey, this how that nigga Kobe do it. He tuck his shirt in and just flipped like. That's how they even got to that level because of Carmelo. He broke the ice for that scary ass nigga LeBron. They said LeBron didn't even want to walk past Kobe. If Kobe's in the bathroom, LeBron would be like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
And then you got K, Coach K already know. Look, he didn't deal with alphas. He didn't send alphas to the NBA, didn't dealt with them while they was in college and sent them to the NBA. He knew. Yeah, let me keep these dudes. And look, he wasn't stupid. It wasn't like so they wouldn't clash. He wanted that competition in the practice. Let me keep Kobe and LeBron away from each other on purpose. 'Cause I feel that. Like, I want y'all to battle for who. You think that was an accident that it was Kobe's team against LeBron team? Hell no.
Yeah, man. I mean, mellow, man. Wow, man.
Melo man got so much like he was telling me, not telling me, but I was listening to him telling the other dude. Damn, I'm talking about telling me, but I'm down there in the seat with him. But he was telling them about when they did that set that the top 75 players. And he said, like the way Magic them talked to him and everything and how he was getting it, he said he realized it right there. Like, I'm not like no more just one of the guys looking up at these niggas. He like,
Yep.
I'm actually one of these niggas. Like,
Right.
now I'm getting looked up to. He like, dude is coming up. He like, he was like, it made me feel good that Oscar, he up to me and telling me about my games. And man, I love when you do that. He said, here I am, I'm growing up like, man, that made me do what I want to do. That made me do that
Yeah,
move like that.
and
Like,
Melo was an excellent student of the game. He knows the history, and that's the one thing I respect. That he always
uh-huh.
learned. He always learned from the people from the past and everything. Padded his game and stuff like that. So when I first heard when he made the 75th, man, I was happy because he
Mhm.
deserved that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, now
I'm
now
still
he's
mad
going to
about
Philly.
Dwight Howard. Y'all need to fix that shit. I don't care when y'all fix it,
Word, they need to
but
fix
y'all need to
that.
fix that shit for Dwight Howard, bro. And I don't give a fuck what he do on his personal. Basketball wise, that nigga's top 75. Y'all fucked up. That y'all got niggas not like that. But my nigga Carmello, and I ain't saying he ain't did nothing, y'all. I'm just saying both of these niggas was doing shit. This nigga 3-time defensive player, done kind of hold on, and he went to the final. Something Carmelo didn't do. Man, y'all gonna be a beer if y'all don't put him in. And Tracy McGrady, man, if y'all don't put this man up in there.
And plus, it was championship the Lakers with LeBron, but he helped
Took
them.
Orlando to the finals. They ain't been since 1994, I believe. Underrated. What was it? 96? What was it? 96, 97? What was that? 96, 97, huh? What was it?
96. It was 96.
95, 96, huh?
95, 96. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Damn, they ain't been since 95, 96. What was that? 2010, 2009 when they went? I mean, 2010 or 11, like when they went with against Kobe? Something like that, huh? Because
Yeah, something like that.
Kobe just went in '08 against Boston. So it was, yeah, '09. Oh, yeah, that one.
It was about
Damn.
13 years.
Wow, bro. And from the center position, just like Shaq, huh? But he really, look, he didn't have a Penny Hardaway.
No.
He had some good, look, other than Jameer Nelson, he had some good, and Jameer Nelson, he could have came out probably to be a little more, but still kind of in a like, a rollish role. Like, I don't want to call him a role player because he was coming up out of that, but he was still like in that situation. This is the white team. You his help, though, for damn sure. He did it from that, look, with 3 moves in the post only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, man.
94, 95
And,
season.
and understand this point too. This was during the time Howard was working on his offensive game. That was during that time too, and he improved in that too. And I mean, how he not part of the 75th best? I like what?
Man, that threw me off right there. I ain't gonna lie. I was
Me
like, you
too.
know what? I said, I don't know basketball no more. Shit.
It was like Dominique being out the top 50.
Yup, exactly. And
Man,
you put that bitch ass Scotty
but you know what?
Williams in there.
Shit like that happened. Like right now, like me and T Price said, and I'm pretty sure underrated already knew ahead of me. But like I said, as me being a real basketball, I want to know. Look, at the end of the day, I want the truth to come up out of my mouth when I'm speaking on something. I want to know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't want everybody in the room looking at each other, whispering under their breath, like, "What the fuck is this motherfucker talking about?" No, that ain't gonna be me. When I look at it, I say, why y'all didn't put? I'm sorry. Y'all took they dunk con. It's so many things y'all stole from the ABA, but y'all didn't want to bring them niggas stats with them, did you?
Mm-mm.
The ABA. He talking about the ABA
Yeah,
NBA
I'm
right
saying
now,
that's
you
so
saw
scandalous,
how
right? You using they all star games. You're using stuff to make money off of that, but you took everything you stole shit from the ABA to make the NBA better, right? It's just like that dude who played in Police Academy, who used to play football. He said we were the
Bubba
better
Smith.
team. Yeah, he said we were the better team. He said we were supposed to win, but he said, guess what? If we win, there's no NFL. So they wanted that to be a lot, like so it could, you know what I mean? That's why they went that way. He said like that was perfectly so they could merge and all that and get more money. But why y'all cheating? Dr. J, he ain't looked at like he really supposed to be looked at. Before it's a Magic,
yes.
before it's a Jordan, before it's any of these dudes that are coming from that wing position or a guard position you thinking about, all them niggas was looking up to that nigga talking about him. He was on them niggas posters. When you go look at all that Cooley High, them old ass 1970s, it's Dr. J nigga on them walls up in the movies.
Yeah, I remember them NBA finals. Yeah, they don't know nothing about the fish that saved Pittsburgh by Dr. J.
Back in
Look, hey, look,
'79.
how he played Magic ass, showing niggas like, look, other than just my skills, and I'm getting older, I see your little young ass, look, I'm about to have you out here. Yeah, party with me. Yeah, hang, chill. Yeah, we good.
And also Karina Abdul-Jabbar was part of that movie too.
Look, but you remember that underrated when he when
Yes.
he when he basically gave that nigga Magic a hangover. Yeah, man, party. Look, you little rookie, you don't even know. You out here, look, yeah. Magic was off. Look, Doc got the damn that nigga got the best of me. Yeah. And he got that last championship off your ass. Cause why? Mental games. Same thing you kind of did to Isaiah, just in a different way. Pat Riley had to get in your ear and say, stop all that kissing, hugging, talking about you my boy, slapping him on the ass every time he make a bucket. Take his ass off his feet. Once you did that, at that time, by Isaiah being a rookie, he didn't know what the fuck to do. You threw him for a loop. He like, what the Magic just shoved you, but he couldn't play basketball no more. But that shit didn't work. No, again, sometimes as you get older, it's tactics, bro. It ain't all your skills. And that's what I don't like about this generation because the veterans, they teach you like Vince Carter. Him being there that long, he teaches you because he's one of them. Hey, don't rely on all. You see how he became one of the best shooters, Jason Kidd. Hey, don't rely on all that athleticism.
Athleticism.
Start getting you some skill, young
Yes.
man. Start getting you some skill. Learn how to shoot post game because as you get older, you ain't gonna be jumping past everybody, over everybody, or running past them. See, that's a rust. What you see, even though Russ do his thing, you still gotta like he ain't that Russ. But if Russ would have really developed that mid-range shot. I know his knee and all that, but if he would have kept that and probably moved it around the court, it would have been he would have still been burning past niggas because you got to respect that jumper and step up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also too, a lot of people don't know George Gervin when he first got drafted, he got drafted for the ABA. You know, in the early '70s, he played with he used to play with Dr. J. When before he got traded to the New York Nets.
Mm,
A lot of people don't know that.
mm. Man, you know what? Like that, they don't want to know. They want to just hold on to what so because if you tell them it's like that don't go with, but that don't go with what I want to happen though. Like I know a lot of things when I was growing up didn't happen for my team and happen for my player. That's just how it is. You know what your favorite got to do? Get your ass better. So I could be over there talking shit like them.
You know, also when I heard this, I meant to say this the last time. There's some people said George Gervin could not play right now. Is y'all stupid?
Man, they don't know what they're talking about.
What is y'all talking about? What? The Iceman? Oh my! It would have been. It would not been fair.
Keep on saying it all the time. Like the game has evolved. They're so much bigger, stronger, and faster. I'm like, okay, why are these players shutting down towards the end of the season? Even back in the day, even back in the day, them teams know they wasn't gonna play. They wasn't gonna make the playoffs. They was always a spoiler.
Yeah.
It was still pride on the line.
Mhm. And it still should be shit.
Yeah, I remember a team in the last place. You know, back in the day, like they play sport. No, we gonna suit up for this. We going out for this. That's how it was back then. It was pride, like you say, it was pride. It was like, man, they said we beat them. Going to next year, we got something over them. But right now, it's like it's buddy sucking off and everything. Come on, come on. I want to see some. Yeah, I want to bust your ass. Yeah, yeah, bust my ass now. Let's go. Everybody shaking hands, kubayas and all that. So you're playing each other assholes too. I, it's a joke,
Oh
guys.
no.
It's a joke right
Oh no.
now. Joel Embiid ain't playing. What the fuck is this?
Man, look at all these teams that's shutting down. Look at the Sixers, man.
Yeah,
Hey, Maxey ain't playing either. They just shut them all down. I don't know. He's still young, but I'm just like, what are these teams are really playing for? And it gets to my point. They say this era is so much better. Name it. It's not. It's nowhere near that. It's not. I don't know what kind of imaginary fairy tale they really think it is. This era is not better. These dudes can't. They had to lower the standards of how many games you got to qualify. Just 65. That's it. Just 65. And look all that's why I don't understand. They always want to be talking about there's levels to this. Look at the greatest players that played in each era. They played more than 70 games, I can tell you that.
yeah, been most of the game. I think they played
The only way they
75
didn't,
games.
and only reason why they didn't play is between even 70 games, even 70 to 75. That's still more than what these players is doing right now. And shout out to the players that are Iron Man. You know they ain't gonna get that credit. You know Jason Tatum is not gonna get that credit. You know Jalen Brown is not going. You know we already know there's certain people
Right.
they don't hold to the fire. That's why but that's just how I see it. I'm still standing on my stance. These dudes is not better, man. They're not. They're talking about these dudes are so much skill and everything like that. How they much skilled and everything when the so called face of the league travels every darn game,
Mm-hmm.
changed his pivot foot so many times. Don't even call fouls on him. You know he has the least fouls calls to any superstar ever.
Hmm.
These are facts. You just look it up, man. They do not call fouls on LeBron. They do not call. LeBron should have 100 times more, 1,000 more turnovers in if they would call stuff, keep stuff
I'll
in.
never forget. I'll never forget when he fouled Kevin Durant out of that first game finals. Woo! I said, "Damn nigga slapped the
Like
shit
game
out of this
two,
nigga.
you
This
talking about
nigga
the
slapped
game
the
two?
shit out of this
Yeah,
nigga's thigh. This nigga
I
just slapped
call it.
on his thigh."
I call that the slap. I call that was heard all around the world. Man, I told my boys during that time. Man, you heard the slap clear on TV, bro. You hear the slap. You didn't call nothing. And then my boy
That
looked
was
at me.
playing LeBron. That nigga would have jumped up and down, nigga, until somebody came up out the tap or from the building, nigga. Somebody better come down here. This nigga found me.
But then I never forget. I looked at my boy. I was like, "Yep." I was like, "KD ain't winning no championship, man. This is what it is. The chosen one. They wanted him. And he noticed. Ain't no way in the world Miami Heat should have beat that game right there. Changed the
No.
whole complex of that whole series, man. That changed everything, everything, everything. OKC should have went two games to zero going back to OKC. And I think was that one of the last years they started doing the 2-3-2
I
was
believe it was.
after that season. So again, y'all fit and then okay, I gotta iterate something to y'all. I know y'all fanboys, that's why I'll be on TikTok. Y'all fanboys say the most acidine, disrespectful stuff ever. Y'all never seen Mike play. Y'all never saw none of these players play. And then when you do see it, you can't comprehend because then you're gonna be like, well, uh, why the big man shoot and why he's hanging clogging in the paint? That's where big man played for the beginning of the game, all the way back to George Mikan. We're gonna explain this tomorrow. Back in the George Mikan era, the NBA, you can't pick and choose who y'all want in history. It's just like the Harlem Globetrotters. They a big part of the NBA too. Cause you know why? They actually beat the NBA team
Mhm.
in an exhibition.
Mhm.
Do y'all fanboys even know that? But y'all want to
Yeah.
sit there and want to constantly disrespect and everything. And shout out to Russo too. I don't like to say too many shout outs to y'all people on ESPN, but what Mad Dog Russo said was very true. Talking about why and Molly, you want to sit there want to co-sign with everything. That's fine. You want to interrupt everything. That's fine. That's why nobody don't like you. That's why only people that like you is these stupid people that don't know any better to be busting their mayonnaise on their napkins talking about y'all. How
And
pretty
all and
you are.
all yeah,
And
and
don't even know
also
it, taking that war paint off your face, you really see how I guarantee you probably look like Freddy Cougar in the day. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's just that's another thing. But
yeah,
it's just
it's
it does.
crazy.
But the disrespect. That's why. And what he said was true. Them players was playing all games. He said all preseason games.
Yep.
I've been saying that. That's what the players did. That's how you build them. That's how you knew. That what made the season so exciting. That's what made teams got out to good runs in their season. And if they did have a losing streak or whatever like that, they did so much in the beginning of the season that could withstand them to still to make it to the playoffs, unless they got derailed by injuries. That's the
Yeah.
other. That's the only way. That's
Yeah,
why it was so competitive. That's
Yep.
why. That's why All Star
Yeah.
games that y'all say that it doesn't matter. Them players took it back in the day. They took it as a offense. They say you're the best on this on the East, they're the best in the West. We don't hardly see each other like that. So we're gonna see who the best was. Now it's just like, okay, you get a dunk, you get a dunk. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here, just let you just do an alley oop. I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
you. I'm just gonna let this player throw it off the backboard, grabs his own rebound, and he gonna do another dunk. Try to throw it off the backboard again. I'm just gonna let him. That's what it is.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
It's nothing.
it's
Go ahead.
crazy. And I mean, and then also another history fact. I'm gonna throw this in. Back in 1939, I said, "What you said 1939?" It was a pro basketball tournament, and it was an all-black team. Then the New York Reds had beat an NBA team. What happened was they filled an application to join the NBA a few years later, and they turned them down because of racism.
Hmm.
But they won the nat. But they won the world championship. They call it world championship. The all black team, New York Reds. Look it up.
Hmm.
So when these brothers is talking about history, y'all gotta know you know your mayonnaise, your mayonnaise on wash your face, boys, man. Y'all don't know your history, man.
And back in the day,
It's
also, it's like what Gigi said, and also what Tony just said. He said, remember in the 80s and 90s, they used to market VHS with matchups like Bird versus Magic, Jordan versus
yeah.
Dominic, etc. Where's that right now? It's not. It's LeBron and everybody else. It's LeBron. They got to talk about Steph. You know what I'm saying? Because he got 4 too. But then at the same time, then it's just them two and just like everybody else. That's how it's always been. And you can just and then there's another thing. Tell me where I'm wrong at though, y'all. Y'all remember back in the day when you won the championship, what they sat there and talked about the championship team. It didn't start doing that until LeBron started winning championships. When LeBron started winning them championships, it was always about LeBron and whoever LeBron team was.
Yeah.
And then Golden State, they had to put some respect on Golden State's name. But even I'm gonna continue to iterate on this. Look at the two best teams in the NBA. Yes, even the Celtics not even getting no limelight,
No.
and they won, and they a storied franchise.
Right.
I'm gonna say it
Landmark
again.
landmark franchise.
They are landmark just like the Lakers are.
Yup.
And I'm gonna continue to throw this into people's faces who keep on arguing with me, dude. I'm telling y'all, the Celtics was not the first dynasty. It was the Minneapolis Lakers, man. So cut
Yup.
this out, man. Cut this. Where do you think George Michael came from? He came. Y'all think he came after after them Celtics, after Russell and all of them? He was way before them. Am I right? Underrated?
You ain't lying.
You
He
know,
was the first legit big man. They were the first dynasty. Minneapolis Lakers. Understand that the Minnesota back then, they was known of football or college football because they
mhm.
were the dynasty team of football back that time. But the Minneapolis Lakers, they was the team. They was a team. They was the team in the Midwest, but like they was the team in the NBA in the mid 50s. Goggles and everything. That the late great George Mikan.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow, though, man, because we're gonna have to start doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Even in the summer, We're gonna break it all the way down. We'll do the 40s, then we do the 50s, then we do the 60s, the 70s, and 80s, and just bring it all up to speed and list all the big time players from every single era, even the ones that y'all be. And this is another thing too. Y'all be seeing them little gems that the knuckleheads be throwing at y'all, bringing them old school players in and everything like that. You know, everybody got their choice of whatever podcast they like, whatever like that. But the knuckleheads, they be bringing in there. They be really doing it. I always liked it with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles. That's why I always watch them. I still watch all the Smoke podcasts though too. Lately they be getting some fire people in there. You know that's teaching them, teaching, showing you, man, this game is just more than just LeBron James, and those are
way,
facts.
way more.
And y'all remember this time when we was growing up, around this time, boy, this is the best time. It was the best time to watch basketball, boy, because it was
Yup.
getting close to the end of the season.
Yup.
We already knew the playoffs was going to be lit because the players was available. The players was
Man,
playing hurt. The players was
man,
playing through injuries, everything. Kobe played through injuries in the finals. We didn't make no excuse when he got us behind beat. He said, I'm gonna work myself to exhaustion. And he went back 3 straight times. 2 more times after that. That's what players did back then. Y'all
man.
so y'all so dismissive and so disrespectful. But then at the same time, y'all want to tear down Michael Jordan and his career. And Michael Jordan have not said not one word. This man has not said a word. Oh, he don't even talk to Isaiah Thomas. Why you think he ain't saying anything about the GOAT debate? He already know what it is. And y'all really think y'all know the answer why Michael Jordan don't talk to LeBron too, man. Come on, cut this nonsense out.
Exactly.
Y'all know the main reason why Mike don't talk to Jay Reed from Akron. Y'all know because there's no comparison. LeBron
Hey,
is the
look.
only player. He's the only player that I seen and never got a championship. Out, none of his championship came out the mud. Not a damn another.
Super big lies. Look. Oh, I think because I'm still. I think because I'm still playing. I think because I'm still playing. That's why me and his relationship. Man, that nigga had a relationship with D Wade. Nigga had a relationship with Carmello. Nigga, he talked to them while they still playing, and while they was still in the like, they could have they careers could have went either way. He talked to Kobe. Nigga, he don't feel you as in the way you are as how you attack. All y'all love this game, but some of y'all dudes connect off of y'all mindset being the same. He don't look at you. And look, anybody who don't like Jordan, you don't like Kobe. Anybody that don't like Kobe, you don't like nobody that like him. Kyrie Irving, all them others, like that's how it go, bro. Like y'all already, it don't matter. They just move on. If you was a Kobe, if you didn't like Kobe and your player retired, if you was a team like he when he left, y'all like, oh, we got to move on to somebody else that can go at Kobe. That's it. Y'all just grab another nigga that y'all think can take down Kobe.
Hey, shout out to Mad Max though too, man. That was the smartest thing they done though too. Get Mad Max on there, man. Tell it
Oh,
how it is.
oh, and
And I
tell him
love
stop
his.
acting like and T-Rex, my bad, bro. Tell him stop acting like Kobe wasn't averaging point something like damn near 28 points before that a keep.
Oh, Ron Time brought that up. I think that was yesterday. Because you know how they say we ain't never seen a player before his Achilles. He was averaging 27, 5, and 5. We know what it is, but like I said, they want to write. You can't rewrite history, like you can't write somebody off. And like I always say, everything that a player do, in their career is set in stone. It's nothing that nobody can do about it. You can't take nothing away. Only way, only way we could take it away from them if they cheated the game. And we all know who cheated the game.
Still is shit. Goddamn nigga ain't got caught yet.
Yeah, but when them eggs come to hatch, boy,
They
boy, boy,
already, they
boy.
already starting to, they already starting to wiggle.
And
The farm door is opening little by little.
And the
Oh yeah.
thing is, with me though too though that cracks me up about everybody on ESPN is y'all all want to take the high road and y'all gonna be y'all riding with the ship just like that movie Titanic. Y'all still gonna ride them coattails of Jay Reed and the Lakers and all this other
Still
stuff.
playing that damn violin while the goddamn
Mm-hmm.
ship's sinking.
Mm-hmm. Y'all still,
Get your ass off this goddamn. Somebody got to come up to y'all. Get your ass off this ship. It's sinking. Stop playing this music.
it's crazy, man. But shout out to
Listen,
Mello, man. Hey, Trey, you remember that stream? When them dudes were trying to argue with me, talking about Melo wasn't a Hall of Famer. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, this
Man,
dude's a bona fide Hall of Famer.
when you ain't got enough basketball knowledge in your brain, enough memory, you would say that. You know what I mean? I ain't see it enough. You know what I mean? It's just like people who came in. It's like people who start watching basketball right after Kobe accused. They're like, this dude sucks. What they been talking about Kobe for?
Yeah, Dan Lebatard. Hey, Dan Lebatard wasn't the first one that called him out. Max Kellerman,
I'm,
the one that called it out on first take. He said it. And then they just sat there. As soon as look at the video, y'all
I
think I'm
thought
lying. Y'all, if anybody on here think I'm capping, you know how it is. It could be visual evidence, and they still say you capping. You know, yeah, Carmello definitely deserved to be a Hall of Famer, man. Definitely deserving, well deserving. He should have
yep.
been up there more in the scoring list. We all know that. You know, they pick and choose who they kick out the league and everything like that or whatever. You know, it comes with the territory, man. But and my thing with John Moran is just like, man, they already trying to blackball you already blackballed yourself, first of all. You know, so you just should have been just to me. You talking to somebody that I was trying to tell. I told people about you when you was at Murray State. I saw you coming. I know what you came through. I get all of that.
I think should get one though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know he ain't up on no stats or nothing, but I just think some of the shit he did like should get him up in there. I ain't gonna lie. Like I think he owns the record. I'm not for sure. I don't know. I think somebody had beat him with a stupid ass, like somebody inbounds the ball and they just like slapped it like with two hands behind their head and it went in. But other than that, I think Derek Fisher, sometime he should be up in there too. I don't give a shit. Derek Fisher should be a Hall of Famer. Why? It ain't just about just what he did in LA. That nigga Derek Fisher, before anybody else had that, he was the like president for the NBA players, bro. And I'm pretty sure he got a lot of things changed for the nigga. There really wasn't no bullshit going on when Derek Fisher was up in there. When Derek Fisher got up out of that NBA president spot, getting in the meetings with the owners and all that, and
Then he
Chris Paul
started.
got up in there, doing whatever the hell he could do for him and his buddies and shit. That shit went haywire.
All right, and John Moran, I'm looking up his stats. All right, his first he, 2 of the 5 years he was an All Star.
2 of his 5 years.
2 of his 5 years, 2021, 22, 22, 23.
Who you think they slowed his rocket down for to get in front of him?
He did that to himself with the
Yeah, but if they wanted to cover it, they could not cover it. But if they wanted to make it mild and not like they did, they could have.
yeah, but then at the
You know what I
same
mean?
time,
I ain't saying that because look, Allen Iverson. Now
yeah,
he got caught kicking in the door, nigga, with the thing, nigga, ready to pistol whip and all that. Look, we gonna keep that to a minimum. Look, we didn't know none of that until like after career, damn near. We knew he had a weapon, but we didn't know all the extra shit, kicking in the doors and baby mamas and all that. We didn't know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll put some shit in it, but you know what I mean? Dennis Rodman, whoever had look, Carmello, like they could keep some shit to a certain extent. Hey, yeah, people, that shit don't look too good, but we ain't gonna let you get buried. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I just got to put something in perspective too. He played 5 seasons. He already been a two-time All-Star, 1919, 20 Rookie of the Year, 2020, 2021 Most Improved. He did more stuff than John. John did more stuff than Zion,
Man,
It's crazy.
and
look,
he missed some games too because of.
what we said, T Price. We already chose John. We see all y'all going at this Zion.
And
We
John,
got
you
this
a
guy,
Leo
John.
like me, bro. And John, you a Leo like me, bro. Like
We
you a
seen
Leo.
that in John. I told niggas I'm rocking with John.
Like, come on, man. Like
It
I
was
just
skill, bro. It was the skill. Zion dunking. Come on, Zion. First of all, anybody who could dunk like Sean Kemp, uh, Tracy, but like anybody who could just dunk, Vince Carter, they didn't have to tell niggas in All-Star games to move out of their way and let me try to dunk it and do a windmill and then try to do it again because you missed. Like, nigga, they caught a body.
hey, Matt, that's true. That's true. That's true. He was about the last night, but where was the Raymond when where's the Raymond when he was too busy propping up Jay Reed? He talking more about Jay Reed than his own teammate Steph Curry. Those are facts. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Hey, we gonna do bring y'all paper and y'all papers and everything like that, cause we're gonna do the real NBA history tomorrow. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start doing that. I know I ain't came on every day like I used to and everything like that, but I'm doing it just for this week because honestly, in the summertime after college basketball season, I normally take a break from off here, being off of here, and just get ready for next season and everything. Next season gonna be just gonna be even better. I haven't. I know my homie's been asking me about the intro, dude. I got so many intros I haven't even made up my mind to honestly what I'm gonna do with the intro. I got some things that I'm looking at. I haven't made a decision yet of what I'm gonna do, but that will happen in due time. You know what I mean? Until then, I'm just still gonna be rocking like how I am. But anyway, congratulations again to Carmelo Anthony for being a Hall of Famer. Like I've been saying, man, this dude deserves to be a Hall of Famer, man. And shout out to everybody for coming through. Shouts out to everybody in Lions Den basketball community. I'm signing out. This is Old Head Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow. That you can't rewrite NBA history. You just can't. You just can't. We're going all the way back to the George Mikan days, all the way to Cousy and Chamberlain and Bill Russell. And then we're gonna get the 60s, then we're gonna do the 70s, we're gonna do the 80s, we're gonna go to the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and all the way. All right. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. Hit that like button, like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to Hip Podcast, I did pin in the top of the chat. I ain't worried about no money because I know who supply my every need. You know what I mean? So I just continue to just stand up for what's right, man. And don't go with that nonsense they constantly throwing at us, man. And it's hard to bear, but somebody got to stand up on the truth and stand up for what's right. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a great today's Wednesday. Yeah, have a great Wednesday to everybody once again. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Thanks, Underrated. Thanks, my boy Ron Time. Trey came through. Shout out to Lemon Pepper Lou for coming through. If I missed, and a shout out to my boy Real Easy for coming through, man. And everybody else, I know we can't, you didn't come. It's all love. Shout out to my boy Know Your Boy. Shout out to Mons. Shout out to my boy Show. Shout out to Showtime. Shout out to C Hill. Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. That's doing their thing. Oh, shout out to Ant, man. Shout out to Ant, man. Hey, Ant, man, what your patience going to do, Ant? Shout out to Ant, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to my lady. The one, she already know what it's hitting for. And shout out to Panama Queen. Shout out to LeBron's Glow. Shout out to Annie K. Shout out to Aries. Shout out to anybody that come and rock with us. Shout out to Tay Tay Brown. Shout out to Peachy Brown. Shout out to anybody that's out there, man. Shout out to lovely JJ. Shout out to her too, because I've been seeing her when I do be in Ticket Channel. She always salute me out, so I definitely got to start shouting her out as well. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe, man, and we'll be back on in the morning, man. And then Friday we'll be doing the women's Final Four, and then Saturday we're doing the men's Final Four, and Sunday we'll be doing the national championship game. I need to see what time that come on. But I think I get home around the time of the game. I know it's gonna be early in the afternoon. I just gotta look and see. But until then, y'all, we'll be back in the morning. Like, share, subscribe. This is Old Head Pie. Shout out again. Shout out to Italian Laguna Beach, man. And shout out to my boy, man, Joshua, man. Real, y'all already know who y'all is, man. I'm out, man. I don't want to forget anybody. If I did, hey, it's shout out to my boy S Dizzle too. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to SY. Shout out to S Young. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. That's been. Shout out to my boy Wilps, man. I can't forget about Wilps, man. Raise your hand. All right, so we're gonna make these people raise their hands tomorrow, man. Because like I said, you can't rechange basketball history, man. Especially people that really knows from the beginning of basketball where it started to all the way to its time. We'll get on that tomorrow. I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a great one.